Making music representing 104.3. Hey.
All right, mics are hot.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. And I think Canada just scored.
They did.
Well, how about that for a start to the show?
That's one way.
How about that for a downer? USA, Canada. This is for the gold medal women's Olympic hockey. It was 0-0 after the first period, and the second period is just underway. Not even a minute gone by, and Canada takes a 1-goal lead, which, for us true patriots, might find a little live betting opportunity if you think Team USA is going to pull this thing out still.
Plus 1.5, but it's minus 375.
Just throwing it out there. U.S. women, they're playing for gold right now. They are down 1-0 to Canada. You got NBA back in action tonight. I already put in a wager. Josh Giddey over 15.5 tonight. They've had plenty of time off. He was on a little bit of a minutes restriction coming back from the injury that he suffered, and I've been jonesing for some NBA over-unders, and I saw Boozy 14.5, Giddey 15.5, and I'm putting my money on Giddey tonight over 15.5. I'm ready to go. This is the second half of the season for me, not just the NBA.
Yeah,
it's the second half of the season.
I'm not doing well in the Olympics, so I might need to jump on this NBA.
Yeah, am I going to be able to watch? Am I going to be able to do this show while I'm watching the game?
Hope so.
Probably
Jimmy,
not.
Can you do the show?
Let's do the show, Crowder.
Jimmy, I had you for 1.5 minutes the other day, and you didn't give me nothing.
How about this? You know, we've talked about this all week. So Chris Kaufman, CK Parrott on Twitter, but a big Dolphins insider and Twitter guy, he tweeted out, I do think Miami will be able to trade Tua Tagovailoa. People frame this so wrongly most of the time, and maybe we're guilty of this. Miami will offer to pay most of the guarantee so that they can get out of paying some of the guarantee. And a new team gets a QB1 for a high-end QB2's price tag. Fairly simple. And when I read his tweet, I was like, you know what? There's some validity to that, because you and I even talked about it. It's like, hey, you've got a great backup there, and what if you had a great backup and the cost wasn't that much, that you've kind of got a QB1 and a QB1A, whoever's on your roster, and if the Dolphins are going to take 80% of the salary or 90% of the salary, then maybe there is a trade suitor out there.
Yeah, and they're going to get a 7th-round pick.
Yeah, but that's fine. They just get rid of the onus of having to pay all the contract. They'd be happy to do it. I'm not kidding you. They'd be happy to do it for nothing in return. Will anyone take his contract if we pay 75% of it?
Just help us out a little bit. Just help us do something with this $50-some million, and we want to move him. It's kind of on the same thought process of just keep him because you have to pay him anyway. The other team would say, hell, they're paying him anyway, and we have and like you're saying, he is a star. I think he's one of the best 32 in the world. You're not going to put all your eggs in his basket with the injury history and all that stuff. Like, there's a lot more context to his career, but just as a quarterback, you can't tell me that Tyler Shutt, and, if I think about it, some guys out there, that just flat out better than Tua. He's run his course in Miami, but yeah, for a backup, he'd be, like I've said it all week, what I'm saying about keeping him, he'd be the best backup quarterback in the NFL as a number 2, the best in the NFL.
And like we've mentioned a number of times, I mean, he's a good dude. He's going to be like exactly what you kind of need there. And from your number 2, you don't need him to be a team leader. You need him to be a guy that nobody does pay attention to, which is what he is.
Knows the offense, goes and gets on the dry erase board and the iPad with the starter during breaks. Like, he's going to do all the stuff you're supposed to do as a vet.
The Dave Matthews Band is making its annual stop at I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm Beach. That's at the end of May, and we're giving away a pair of tickets every day this week. It's a Live Nation show. Today, we will give away the tickets at 3:40. So make sure you are listening at 3:40 this afternoon, and you will have a chance to win Dave Matthews Band tickets. In fact, we'll have Josh Appel with us in the 3 o'clock hour. He's up in Jupiter watching a little Marlins practice, trying to get into the swing of things. Gino Torretta, he's going to join us on the program today. We will keep our eye on USA, Canada, women's Olympic hockey here for the gold medal. And Canada still has the 1-goal lead, 1-0. I mean, we got action. I'll start with headlines, which are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. U.S. women playing now. U.S. men's hockey team plays Slovakia tomorrow at 3:10. They are a 2.5 goal favorite, the U.S. Do you know where Slovakia is?
Ooh, Baltic. Around the Baltic.
Are you guessing, or is that true? I don't know, and I can't look it up right now because I'm
Europe?
using my phone to watch the hockey.
Yeah. Yeah, Europe. USSR, is that still around? I don't know.
The Slovaks.
Slovakia.
Anybody know where Slovakia is?
It is by Budapest.
Oh, okay. Which is by Hungary, which is in Hungary.
Yeah, just south of Poland, next to Austria, Romania, Croatia, right in that little area.
So that's
Serbia.
Eastern Europe, yeah?
Yeah. Landlocked. No scuba diving.
So no chance you're going to run into
Randy Starks.
actually, good chance you'll run into Randy Starks because he actually has the market cornered on landlocked scuba diving lessons.
Man, I should have invested in Randy years ago. Yes, a worldwide lock.
So U.S. men, that's tomorrow. Slovakia, 3:10. That will be during our show. How about this Hurricanes baseball team? You watching this, Crowder? Hurricanes baseball, They beat Indiana State last night in Coral Gables 6-2. They are 5-0 on the young season, and they start a 4-game weekend series against Lafayette tomorrow at Alex Rodriguez Park at Mark Light Field. It's a 4-game series because Saturday is a doubleheader. Now, if you go to a doubleheader at Mark Light, do you get yourself 2 shakes, or do you just allow yourself 1 Mark Light shake?
Oh, 2 for sure.
Got to have 2, right?
Yeah, 1 second inning of game 1, get a little break. Now you got to go back inning 4 of game 2. Yeah, man, that's a long time.
Do you get the same shake, or you shake it up?
Got to shake it up. All those options, you get a Coach L, you can get a Zozagaki, you can now they got a Mario Cristobal. They have all kind of great things. They got to shake it up.
Yeah, Jimmy says Slovakia, officially the Slovak Republic, is a landlocked country in Central Europe. All right. I feel like we could take them.
Now, fight?
In a hockey game. Tomorrow, 3:10, the hockey game.
Never know, God.
We don't need an international incident.
I've never seen Slovakian football. I've never seen Slovakian soccer. They might just play hockey. They might be on top.
Nah,
They
Slovakia.
play basketball too.
You're in, you're out. Slovakia does? They don't play basketball. What kind of basketball are they playing in Slovakia?
Euroball.
Who's the most famous Slovak athlete of all time, Jimmy? Find that out. I would ask Claude, but I'm using my phone here as the way that I'm watching the hockey game.
Now every time I say, "Hey Siri," I think of, "Hey Claude."
Yeah, you got to transition to
funny
Claude.
name.
I'm telling you, Claude, very friendly guy.
No, Siri's sweet. I like Siri. We have a long-term relationship. I don't want to. Now I'm with Claude. Siri feels some way about it. I don't like it.
Siri's sleeping around. Everybody's with Siri. Everybody's going, "Hey Siri, hey Siri." Siri's a whore. Too much?
And Claude's monogamous, huh? It's just you and Claude.
I'm telling you, I ain't got the mileage that Siri has on her. Did we find out who the most famous athlete from the Slovak Republic is, Jimmy?
I had it a second ago.
What does that mean? You're buying your internet access by the minute? What's going on?
I'm buying internet.
It's gonna be somebody famous. I know. We're gonna be so surprised.
It's not.
What did you search?
Yep. I can't even say these people's names. I won't even lie to y'all.
So there's no famous Slovak athlete.
One of the top one is a lady, Mataj Tofaf. She's a race walker.
I'm probably thinking Slovenia.
For basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Slovenia and Slovakia, two very separate places. I don't know why, but they are.
Yeah, well, race walking, canoeists, figure skaters, alpine skating.
That's what I should do. I should move to a place like Slovakia and be a world-class athlete.
That's a genius idea.
You know what I mean?
Man, I got young kids. Take them over there. They'll take over Slovakian athletics.
I mean, race walking? I mean, what are we even doing? I can do that.
Hey, Petra and Juraj. What's up, baby?
Anyway, Canes women's basketball, they're at the Watsco Center tonight. They host Stanford, 8 p.m. How about this? Here's some big news on the MLS front. It's looking more and more like Leo Messi is going to play Saturday for Inter Miami in L.A. Michelle Kaufman had tweeted out yesterday that Messi was out there practicing with his teammates, and I texted Whittingham, hey, do you think Messi's going to play on Saturday? He said yes. And then Michelle Kaufman tweeted today, looks like Messi will be playing Saturday against LAFC. So there you go, Inter Miami fans. That's and MLS fans. It's a nice way to kick off the season. You'll have Inter Miami, the reigning champions, at LAFC, and it looks like Leo Messi will be active.
Do they get upset about load management in soccer? Because like Messi's old, man. We got to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's more understood in soccer, but because they have so many friendlies and tournaments or whatever that you're not going to get the players playing every game. But remember, there was a lot of controversy the first couple seasons of Messi with Inter Miami because they were traveling to cities and the places were sold out specifically to see him play, and he wasn't out there all the time. So, but that's the American mentality when it comes to sports and load management.
I wasted my money on these tickets, but it's Messi.
Marlins open spring training Saturday in Port St. Lucie against the Mets. Marlins spring training home opener is Sunday in Jupiter. Spring training games for many teams get underway tomorrow. So we will have spring training baseball to watch tomorrow if you're so inclined. The NBA is back in action tonight after the All-Star break. So bunch of games on the docket. The national TV games tonight are on Prime Video. You've got Pistons and Knicks at 7:30. You've got Celtics and Warriors at 10 p.m. If you have the NBA package, you want to watch the Bulls and Josh Giddey and Matas Buzelis, they've got the Raptors tonight. They'll watching for you. Somebody puts on the chat, and I did have this in the news headlines, the Chicago Bears seem very close to announcing the location of their new stadium, and it is in Hammond, Indiana.
Where's that?
I'm about to say,
that would be
I don't know
Hammond, Indiana.
I don't know the geography of that area.
It's about 25 minutes outside of Chicago, Hammond, Indiana. So it would be the equivalent of the New York football teams playing in New Jersey. But this is not going to sit well with a lot of Chicagoans. They're not going to want the Bears to be playing in Indiana, even if it's just over the border. And they wouldn't be changing the name. It wouldn't be the Indiana Bears. It would be the Chicago Bears. It would be the same thing that you see with the New York Giants, right? So they're the New York Giants, but they play in New Jersey. Right? For a long time, they're the Brooklyn Nets now, but for a long time, the New Jersey Nets played in New York, didn't they? Like the New Jersey Nets used to play at Madison Square Garden, I think. So
it's the 49ers playing Santa Clara. It's a lot of those. I don't know why people get up in arms about
those are in
it.
the same state, though. Those are in the same state. When you start talking about getting into a different state, that's not going to sit well with a lot of people who are historically a fan, and all of a sudden you've got to drive to Indiana, even though it's just like driving to Arlington Heights or wherever else they're thinking about putting the stadium. Like, I don't know, something weird about having the Chicago Bears potentially playing their home games in Indiana.
Isn't it just like real estate? When buying a house, you got to move a little further out to have a little more land. You got to.
Indiana's offering them a better deal, and I mean, for me personally, I kind of am of the belief that this is a negotiating tactic, but this seems as close as it's been to an actual announcement from the team, and I think they're just kind of turning the screws to Chicago a little bit, Illinois a little bit more here, to say, hey, you better come with something a little bit better and a little bit stronger, or we legitimately are going to take our stadium outside the borders. And then we'll have to see what happens.
Let me tell you this, Hawk. You might want to punch me in the face, but I'll just tell you, I've been to every NFL stadium and most college stadiums. I know Soldier Field has a history. It is garbage. It is one of the worst stadiums that have ever been put together. It's old as hell. It's garbage. Yep. I know the history. I understand and all. It is a terrible stadium.
That is indisputable.
So let's go upgrade. Let's move to the suburbs and upgrade. The suburbs of Indiana.
Well, a lot of people thought the suburbs of Chicago, Arlington Heights, was going to be the. I saw a tweet today that said because Arlington Heights has been like moving they've torn down the track and like they've been getting ready for it. And I saw someone tweet out today, Arlington Heights is about to have the biggest pickleball center in the world because they were getting ready. They were getting ready for a football stadium. Anyway. Your weather in Miami, it is gorgeous. I know that is Solana's go-to weather, even when it's not gorgeous. Today happens to be gorgeous, and it's going to remain that way. Now, next week, the cold weather returns, starting Monday, really Sunday night. I don't know if you're going to be up in Tampa. 30s and 40s in Tampa, Sunday night going into Monday morning. And the cold is going to extend southward. So the cold temperatures will be back next week.
Man, I caught a peacock bass in a month and a half. What is going on here, man? Kills my fishing.
Gino Torretta is going to join us in the next segment. Got a lot to talk about with the Heisman Trophy winner. Championship Meet Energy is nonstop at Gulfstream Park with live racing every Thursday through Sunday, featuring stakes races on Saturdays. Gulfstream Park also offers the hottest slots and electronic table games and combines the excitement of casino gaming with the thrill of thoroughbred racing in one electrifying destination. And there is always so much going on at Gulfstream. So the Fountain of Youth Stakes is coming up Saturday, February 28th. Tickets for that are on sale now. February 28th is also the next Taste at the Track, Bourbon and Barbecue. Secure your tickets for an unlimited tasting experience that's all about crafted bourbon cocktails and traditional barbecue bites. Enjoy a unique experience while you watch and wager on the Fountain of Youth. And of course, the 75th running of the Curlin Florida Derby, which is South Florida's biggest race day of the year, will take place on Saturday, March 28th. Tickets are on sale now for that, and we're going to do the show live out there the day before, Friday, March 27th. Get you all ready for it. So a lot going on. You can get all the info. You can get your tickets. You can make reservations. You can see the daily race entries. It's all right there at GulfstreamPark.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Who would be interested in Abuela Danger?
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore
The sounds of a Hurricanes legend. Gino Torretta joining us here on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. The Heisman Trophy winner joins us on Thursdays. And admittedly, there is no football going on, but there is football to talk about. There's Olympics going on, and the Shamrock Shake is out. I mean, there's a lot of action. You're giving the thumbs down. You had told me that this morning. I thought you were a Shamrock Shake fan, like I am.
Absolutely not.
No,
not at all. Not at all. I couldn't
Are
tell
you a
you the last
milkshake
time
guy?
I had a shake. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a shake at a fast food restaurant.
Well, what about at like a
Especially
milkshake spot?
Yeah, maybe if it's real ice cream. You know, I've never the whole green thing. It's just, and I like mint too, but I'm just not big on the Shamrock Shake. Never have been.
I gotta know if it's affluenza or the Italian or what it is, but Gino, he likes a higher end consumption level.
He likes
of
an
things.
affogato.
It doesn't seem like he's
When they
grabbing a snack
when they
wrap.
come out with a Shamrock affogato, he will be the first one in line. You know, you mentioned you like mint. Today happens to be National Chocolate Mint Day.
Really?
Now,
By the way, you seen the price of chocolate lately? Like a bar, like a good bar in the store is like $8.
but
like not a
what do you say,
candy
like
bar.
like a bar to cook with, or
Yeah,
just
exactly. Or like the little morsels, like the Ghirardelli morsels. It's crazy the price of chocolate. How much?
Why are
it's
you
gone up
buying
the last couple of
chocolate? Do
years.
you bake?
Sometimes.
Really?
I know the prices. You know, my parents owned a grocery store growing up. I kind of wander around
Oh, so
stores.
you always
That's
look
kind
at
of
the
my
prices,
comfort place.
yeah. Because I would
No,
never look at the prices of like morsels or like baking chocolate because I would never use that.
You went
You
went
look at the
Snickers
prices
and
of
he went
avocados
Ghirardelli.
and toast.
Right. No, I do. I know the prices of the things that I eat or consume, but like morsels, like I wouldn't. I mean, first of all, they make cookie dough. It's ready to. I mean, you just scoop it out and put it on the tray. Who the hell's putting morsels into stuff?
Homemade is so much better, Hawk. Someday
No,
you'll learn in
stop
your
it.
lifetime.
Stop it. Why would I want to make something myself when someone can make it for me?
Oh, you know what, Gino? Something we talked about yesterday. Have you ever eaten an IKEA meatball?
Oh, it's a
No.
great question.
I thought they're furniture.
Right, but they're
They have-
known because it's a Swedish company. They've got that cafeteria at the bottom of IKEA, and they're known for their Swedish meatballs.
Huh. No, never even heard
You
of
didn't
it.
know this?
No.
See,
Didn't know it.
It's weird because you're shopping for the put together nightstands, and you turn the corner, and there's a cafeteria, and they're pumping these meatballs out like hotcakes.
You know what I would say is I'm so intimidated by my past of trying to put together some of that easy put together furniture for like college dorms and things that I wouldn't even venture in there because I usually end up with like 6 screws left over. Apparently I didn't do it right. I'm not sure if, A goes into B or C to D or whatever the process is. I don't know. Maybe I don't follow the instructions well, but no, I don't foresee a trip there in the future either.
I'll send you my guy Tony. I
Today
go there, I buy
happens-
stuff, and I call Tony.
Today happens to be, though, National Chocolate Mint Day, and Solana and Crowder give me hell because I keep in the house here 0 sugar York peppermint patties. And I find it to be a delightful after dinner treat. A couple of York peppermint patties, 0 sugar version. They say that makes me,
Are they as bad as that 0 sugar drink you drink, that Coke? That's terrible. I mean,
what?
Yeah, the 0 sugar Coke. I told you 2 weeks ago I tried it. It was awful. I couldn't.
You tried
even-
Coke Zero and you didn't like it?
No, didn't like it at all.
You know what I've got now? There's a new flavor out. Coke Cherry Float. And you can get regular sugar if you want, but I get the 0 version. But it's delicious because it's like cherry Coke, but cherry Coke float. So it's got like a tinge.
Chocolate mint. What I think of the Andes, the little Andes chocolate.
Yes.
They got
So
the mint in the
love
middle.
that you say that because I decided, because I do enjoy the York peppermint patty as a little palate cleanser at the end of the evening. But the Andes mints are preferable. There's something about an Andes mint that just hits right. And I searched online for zero sugar Andes mints, and they don't make them. So I got to stick with the York
because
zero sugar
you're the only
peppermint
market.
patties.
You're the only person that's Googled that ever. Like nobody wants that. I mean, if you're gonna have chocolate or you're gonna have a pop, you have it with sugar in it. It's better. It's better.
Nah. Crowder and I were talking about this yesterday. I want to get my sugar elsewhere. I want to get my sugar from a cookie. Like if I'm gonna have sugar, I want to go to Crumble Cookie and have a cookie. I don't want to get my sugar from a drink that I can make taste exactly the same because it's got zero sugar.
It doesn't taste exactly the
does.
same. No, we could. You know what? It'd be like the bear, whatever the Pepsi commercial in the Super Bowl. It doesn't taste the same.
Polar bear. Look what I'm drinking right now.
But zero
Gino,
sugar
the
ginger
York
ale.
Canada Dry ginger ale.
York peppermint patty with sugar, without sugar. It's right after your shuffleboard game, and you're going to take your nitroglycerin tab. How old are you, Hawk?
First off, he's still drinking Canada Dry ginger ale. I think my parents used to get the little glass bottles. They were about 8 inches when they'd have
weren't those the
parties at the
best?
house for mixers.
Had the little styrofoam label, and
the
you
house.
kind of
I know exactly.
the label off.
Yeah, they had the styrofoam around it. It was stuck together. Yeah, and you're still drinking that stuff.
Oh, I mean, what's better than a little ginger ale? Make the tummy feel good.
Yeah, so just get it with sugar in it, so it tastes right. It tastes normal.
No, it tastes fine. It tastes fine.
Oh, it's terrible.
got
So what are you
sugar.
watching? Are you watching the Olympics? You paying attention? You like the
My
Olympics?
wife watches every night. She loves everything from curling to speed skating to downhill skiing. I've watched the hockey. I'm into the hockey a little bit, but wasn't your daughter? Isn't she like an Olympian level swimmer?
No,
Diver?
she's a swimmer. Yeah. No. She was a swimmer in high school. Olympic level is a little bit.
Well, that's what I'd be saying if I was the dad. Do you like?
yeah.
I'm guessing you like the Summer Olympics better than the Winter Olympics.
I like both. Because I was a skateboarder growing up. So the half pipe stuff I know how hard that is and how dangerous it is. I grew up skiing in Tahoe and that, but I like it all. It seems like every time turn on the TV, the only thing that's on though, or one of the what do they got 3 channels doing? There's always curling. I like how many matches do they have? They have like 1 million curling matches. It's crazy. So it is what it is. I saw what was I watching the other day? The relay of the cross country. And like there was like bad accidents, like a girl broke her binding, fell out of her ski, and the finish, it was crazy. So I like it.
You skateboarded? You're huge. Was your skateboard the size of a dining table?
Channing, I can tell you this. So I had a skateboard. I had one of my buddies up the street. He built a half pipe. So when I was 14, I was on the half pipe trying to do the tricks that now. Meanwhile, when I went in 9th grade, I was 5'4", so I was a little dude until I was 6'1" by the end of the year. So I was little, and I had a late growth spurt. But I was on the ramp, fell a couple times pretty hard, went home. My mom was like, "Something's wrong." I was like, "Yeah, something's wrong with my wrist or something." So I break my arm when I'm 14. So a year later, I'm coming back from my buddy's house again. I wasn't on the ramp, but I was hauling butt down a hill, trying to get home to make dinner time the right time. Man, I hit some loose rocks, just thrown head first off the board, broke my other arm. Now, this is a year apart, and from that point on, my brother said, "You get on that skateboard again, Dad's going to saw it in half." So that was my skateboarding career.
That was the end of it? That was the end of it right there.
I had a surfboard. I'll tell you, the last day that I surfed, I was out in Santa Cruz. And I turned around and I saw a fin come up out of the water. Now there's great whites in Northern California. I didn't even turn back around. I paddled in so fast. I was like, I'm never going back in that water. And it ended up being some porpoises along the coast. But that ended my surfing career as well.
I got to tell you, what makes a child feel better after they've broken a bone? You give them a York peppermint patty and everything.
Yes, with full sugar.
Fine.
Full sugar.
Back in the day, full sugar. So
I've never,
here's
you know
the
what? I've never been not big on your. I don't know what the white throws you off because mint's supposed to be green, like the white filling.
It is
kind of, yeah, it throws me off.
Huh.
You know, if you're gonna be mint, it's got to be green.
because like the Andes mints, it's got the chocolate
Yeah.
and the green.
Yeah.
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 Those Andes mints are good, man.
They are
They
good.
got to make a zero sugar version of that. I mean, people are waiting. We're just waiting on that.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
So we've been having this conversation about Tua and the Dolphins. And Crowder's point has been, because I don't know how much you're paying attention to it, but, you know, the Dolphins, they released Tyreek Hill and a whole bunch of others, and they have a new GM and a new head coach. And Tua really is last man standing when it comes to the McDaniel, Chris Greer era regime.
Right.
And the holdup is the Dolphins would love to trade Tua so someone will take on this onerous contract, which
luck
no
with
one
that.
seems to be willing to do. So there's the thought that if the Dolphins waive Tua, they got to pay him the $54 million this season regardless. The cap hit, they could take it all in 1 year. They could take a $99 million cap hit this season. And the salary cap is $300 million. So 1/3 of your cap would be eaten up by a player who doesn't play for you. But you'd be done with them forever, and you'd be able to move on for 2027. Wouldn't have to worry about carving the cap hit into 2 seasons where it's 45 and then 46 million. And Crowder's contention is don't waive him. Just leave him on the team. Let him be the backup. And his point is, and you've been in these situations, his point is he's not a troublemaker. He's not a guy who's going to be loud, and he's not going to be a locker room cancer.
Nope.
And even when he was in the starting quarterback role, people didn't seem to be listening to him regardless. So it's not like he's going to have the ear of the new players and the new coaching staff. So Crowder's of the opinion, and it seems to be a minority opinion, he's of the opinion, just pay him, keep him on the roster, and you've got yourself a great backup.
Well, you're going to pay him regardless, so
Yes.
you might as well get something out of him. So, okay, he's your backup or your third guy. And my question is as you move on, okay, if the hit's $100 million this year, can you field a team where if $100 million is cap hit? I mean, like, how are you? I mean, let's be honest. Like, you know, is it going to look like the Oakland A's or the Cleveland Indians, where you're just pulling guys up from the
for a
minors
season,
and
though.
going, you
For
know what,
one
we're just giving you
season,
league
though.
minimum.
To get right for one season.
Wow, I don't know about that. I'm of the belief. Listen, you're going to be paying the guy, and nobody's going to trade for that deal. I don't know how that works. Like if you trade guys now, you can still pay part of their salary.
You can.
or
I mean,
whatever.
the Dolphins can trade him and pay 80% of his salary.
Yeah.
and they still take $100 million hit?
They would take a large cap hit, but they wouldn't have to pay all the money. I mean, it would be more for cost savings than anything.
What's their hit if they release him next year? After the
if
season?
it would be a $54+ million cap hit this season, and then if they release him next season, I think it's less. I think it's like $40 million, and you
No,
figure
you just
the
said
salary
it's
cap.
$100 million cap hit this year.
Yeah,
43
99
next year.
But
Yeah.
you can split it over 2 seasons, but then next season you have to imagine, let's say you split it over 2 and it's only counting 45 and the salary cap goes from 300 to 325 million. The percentage against the salary cap is even less.
Well, it's not the percentage; it's the amount of money. I mean, because let's
Yeah,
be honest,
but
it's,
45 million of 325 million is a smaller percentage of 45 million of 300 million.
yeah, but when you're signing guys next year, those guys are going to get more money than this year. So it's
Fair.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Inflation.
It's semantics. I mean, it comes down to you want to wipe the slate clean. I'm of the belief if you're guaranteeing them the money anyway. Yeah, you say here's what the deal's going to be. You're going to be the backup or the third guy, and we go forward at that. And you I would assume you'd probably draft somebody high. Or go after free agent or something like that. It's you know, I don't know if you could field a competitive roster taking $100 million hit in one guy. I mean, that would be just absolutely crazy. You know, and it goes back to, I mean, they put themselves in this situation. They gave him this deal when he was on the 5th year. Like they could have waited one more year and said, okay, give us another great season. And they didn't do it. Like, I don't understand. It's like, listen, perform like look at Prescott. I mean, you can say, well, he doesn't let a lot of playoff success, but he's like, you know what? I'm not signing a deal. I'll go to the end of it, and he's still performing. Then you pay him as the top guy.
And Gino, what about like the thought of just like moving that guy, like you said, and it sounds good. You're just moving, hey, you're the backup. Does that cause any trouble? Because my thing is like a Cam Newton. There's different personalities that you can do that with. You couldn't put Cam behind somebody and just say be quiet, but you can put Tua behind somebody and just say be quiet. But I guess, and Hoch was saying kind of like if you're going to clean house, we kind of put it like renovating a house. Why tear a house down and just leave 2 closets up? Like tear the whole house down if you're tearing it down. Why just leave 1 fireplace up, 1 staircase?
Well, I think that's a meeting with the coaches and Tua and say this is what's going to happen. I mean, here are your options. Either you're going to get released and make 50-some million, or you're going to be here, make 50 million, but you're going to have no chance of being the starting quarterback. You're here for support, and you're here in case somebody gets injured. And I think that if the player knows that going in, or if he agrees to that, I think that's a tough pill to swallow for any competitor. But if he agreed to that, then I think that I wouldn't see any problem doing that, because then you're deferring. You make the cap hit $40 million next year, which I think is a little bit more manageable than $100 this year. But I think that all comes down to that conversation with management and Tua to say, hey, I understand my limitations. Now, does Tua watch his own game film and say, yeah, you know what, I didn't play well enough to be the starting quarterback. You know what? Am I good with that, or am I not good with that? Because he's got plenty of money and probably doesn't need to play anymore the rest of his life, especially if he's got another 50 coming in this year. So,
what about Quinn Ewers, though? Because you watched Quinn Ewers when he was in college. You saw him a few games for the Dolphins last season. Would they be, because the thought is maybe they go after Malik Willis, who would cost them a decent amount of money. He's going to be a quarterback who commands a decent amount on the market. Maybe in the effort of saving costs for a season, you've got Quinn Ewers on a rookie deal. Is Quinn Ewers a viable option to be the Dolphins starter for the entirety of next season?
I think so. I think, he was very highly recruited coming out of high school. He was very talented, was injured his last year at Texas, and then kind of, really had nowhere to go. You know what I mean? They were like, hey, we're setting the table for Arch, and he's going to be our starter. So he either had an opportunity to go to a different college and make a bunch of money, but he turns pro. Probably it wasn't, the healthiest and through the combine and that with his injuries. I think he's a very talented kid. I think he processes well. I think he's got all the physical abilities in the world. Now, they've watched him for an entire season. You got to feel that, okay, maybe they feel, okay, he can be our starter. He started games last year. Who are we going to get to come in that we think, okay, the 2 of them can compete, and out of one of the 2 are going to be the starting quarterback? I think is it going to be, do you bring in a rookie and then you keep Tua to kind of teach him the ropes, and then yours starts? Do you go after Malik Willis? I mean, I don't know. Is Malik Willis, how many games has he won? I mean, no offense. I mean, you know what I mean? I know he's been in the league a while.
He looked good in relief last season.
Yeah. I think you know what? That's why we're talking about it on the radio, not getting paid to make those decisions.
I'm glad I don't have to make that decision.
But I
signed up for another season of 2 for his career and
I like
Daniels,
yours physically. So. I like yours physically, and I think he can be the starter. I think, listen, quarterbacks, look at Sam Darnold. He was not very good his first number of years in the league. I think you get in the right situation, you take to the right coaching. That offense kind of suits you. I think he can be a hell of a player. I think he has all of those abilities. The question is he going to get that opportunity or more than what he got last year to do it right here, or if they're just going to, go to Malik and move on. But I think Ewers can be successful.
And what about because I think Fernando Mendoza is going to the Raiders #1. The next guy up is Ty Simpson. He might be available at 11. Can Ty play? Have you watched enough Alabama? Because he play ball? Because you set me straight on Julian saying early in the season. Then I saw him make 1 or 2 throws. But can Ty Simpson really is he a NFL caliber? Does he have NFL caliber talent? I guess.
I think he does. The only thing about Simpson was he was very hot and cold, like in games, and it's like, there'd be either things that wouldn't happen, and I don't know how much of that is their offense and that, but to me, like there was too many low lows in a game when if you're taking a guy at 11, man, he better check all the boxes, and not to say you can't have a bad game, but you can't have a bad game, bad decisions, and mistakes. And I thought there was too many mistakes in his game. Now you get rid of mistakes with experience playing the position. And listen, let's go back the last 15, 20 years. Guys would come out, okay, this guy's the best player in the game, or this guy's going to be a very highly drafted quarterback. Mendoza started essentially 2 and almost 3 seasons. Mark Sanchez came out, okay, he's supposed to be the end-all be-all. He started 15 games at USC. Sam Darnold didn't start, but he started 15 or 16 games. And they physically have the ability to be a top 5 pick. But there's a difference with having that ability, and, oh, by the way, you've started 2 seasons plus.
Anthony Richardson is a great example out of Florida for Indianapolis.
Yeah, and Richardson. I mean, hell, I went Richardson. I remember when he came out of college, I was doing Florida at Tennessee. Somebody goes, "You're going to need to go down on the field and watch him throw." And I was like blown away by arm strength. Now, I watched him throw a couple balls in warm-ups 4 rows up in the stands going, you know what? If I'm taking a guy in the first round, he better be a lot more accurate than that. And I can't be the only one, seeing that. But, I know how it is. Everybody's starved for getting that quarterback, and they would rather take the guy and not hit on him than not take him and he hits for somebody else. But, I just look at it from a standpoint of yours. Yours has played a bunch in college. He has that experience. I think he's so much more advanced mentally than a lot of guys coming out. And that's why Mendoza started multiple seasons. Ty Simpson, to me, I didn't see a consistent enough play out of him to say, all right, he's going to be a top 10 pick or a top 15 pick. That would just be kind of my opinion on that.
You sure your daughter's not an Olympian?
I wish.
Right, just checking. Just checking. Gino Torretta, the Heisman Trophy winner, joins us on Thursdays. Thank you, Gino. Go get a ginger ale 0 on me.
No, thank you.
All right, fair enough. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with more Hochman, Crowder, and Solana.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Woke up this morning, got me some gabagool. Then I woke up the next day and got some gabagool.
Today's topics are
We back at it with the steady, Hotman, Crowder, and Solana. 305, cafecito time, dame una colada. Got some interviews next, always got dope guests. Get the cesspool live, dropping comments and likes. We about to get right, talking sports, my G. Listen to Odyssey and 104.3. Live and back on GeorgiaMusic.com. Hitting it at the park like a Matt Mervis bomb off power. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for that 3 o'clock. Ready for that 3 o'clock.
I'm ready for that 3 o'clock hour. And Crowder's ready for that 3 o'clock hour.
Yes, sir.
Question is the U.S. women's hockey team ready for the 3 o'clock hour? Because they are still losing to Canada 1-0. There's a little over 15 minutes left in the third period. So we'll keep an eye on that as that goes on. Today is National Airboat Day as well. And I was wondering if it's because I find it shocking that you and Jimmy have never been to a spring training game, where you live in South Florida and you've never been to a spring training game. And I say that's weird to me. And I find it shocking. We all find it shocking that Solana's never been to Sawgrass Mills, having lived in South Florida his entire life. Do you find it, I guess, that to be as shocking that I've never been on an airboat, having lived in South Florida since 1987?
No, because I know you, and you're not an outdoor human. You're an inside person. But it's surprising. If it was somebody I didn't know, and I said, you've been out here since 87 and never touched an airboat, I would be surprised. If I hadn't invited you on my personal boats dozens of times with dozens of no's, that would surprise me.
A nice boat, though, is more my wheelhouse than an airboat. Airboat. Have you been on an airboat, Jimmy?
Never.
Yeah. I think an airboat, that's like really for like nitty gritty in the people who don't mind being bit by mosquitoes all the time. See, ever see these people? You're probably one of them, Crowder. They don't mind getting bit by mosquitoes. It's like, they sit outside, mosquitoes are biting, so what? They just are whacking them away and whatever. And I'm like, if there's mosquitoes all over the place, hey, get me out of here.
First off, at Holiday Park at the end of Griffin Road, babies go on airboats, not nitty gritty hillbillies. I've seen
yeah, but those are the babies
carriages.
of hillbillies, though. Those are hillbilly babies.
And yeah, no, I'll get bit by mosquitoes to go fishing. I actually surprise people. They'll be like, it's mosquitoes out. And I'll go get motor oil or gasoline, whatever's around. You just rub it on your clothes and mosquitoes leave you alone.
All right. Well, any kind of hobby where I need to rub motor oil on my clothes, I'm out. There's literally, for stamp collecting, I've never heard of anyone having to rub motor oil on their clothes.
They won't fool with you. It's the end result. So airboat riding, then you get to ride right up next to alligators. You get to throw bread and feed the gators and stuff like that in the wild. It's an experience, Hawk. You have to enjoy nature.
Yeah, I'm fine. So ESPN, they did a list, the best fits for the top 50 NFL free agents. And the only best fit for the Dolphins was Malik Willis. They have Malik Willis listed as the 17th best NFL free agent. And it says pretty much everything we know. With new leadership in Miami, the club could move on from Tua, new coach Jeff Hafley, new GM John Eric Sullivan, know Willis well from their shared time in Green Bay, and Willis could slot in as the new starter under coordinator Bobby Slowick. Let's envision a scheme built around motion and movement with play action elements woven in. That would set up Willis well as a thrower, and the QB run game would generate conflict for opposing defenses. Willis's development in Green Bay creates upside for the Dolphins. They are familiar with him. We know that because they're Green Bay guys.
Oh, and that's the thing about Malik, that it's funny because there's always a plus in people's mind. It's a negative in my mind. The plus is that they know him. They know his skill set. but just the comfortability of him as a human, go get the best player. The play action stuff, the athleticism, the moving around. I know this next quarterback has to be able to run this damn ball, Hawk, because Tua had everybody with PTSD about a quarterback running.
We can't sit through that again.
We can't do that. You can't go get a statue. But just that we're comfortable with him. He's nice. He's collaborative. Remember, we heard that word with the Dolphins.
But maybe
before.
he is the best quarterback available, though. Even if they're comfortable with him, maybe he is the best in their price range. And, again, there's a lot of parameters.
And that's the thing. If he's the best quarterback on the market, go get him. And a plus is that you're comfortable with him and you know him personally. But don't get him because the comfort level, and now we'll figure out our quarterbacking. It's like people say they don't want to break up with their spouse because they're worried about the dating pool. But your spouse, you're miserable with your spouse. Go date, see what happens. If they need to date other quarterbacks, don't just be comfortable with Malik Willis. But to your point, if he's the best on the market, I don't know the list. Is there any other quarterbacks ahead of him? Because if he's the best on the market and you can get him, I'm all down.
Well, the question, though, is would you rather have next season as Quinn Ewers' season on a rookie deal? Or what if I said to you, in order to get Malik Willis, you're going to have to spend 2 for $40. He's going to get $20 million a season. I don't know. Maybe he's going to get 2 for $30, something like that. Maybe he's going to get a 3-year deal. What if I said to you, you've got to designate $40 million towards Malik Willis because he's not looking for a 1-year, $5 million deal like Zach Wilson was. Like, he's going to command some money. So the question is, would you rather go with Ewers? Or someone even puts on the chat here, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to be looking for a 1-year deal. What if I said 1 year, Aaron Rodgers, $15 million?
For us, it'd be great.
For the you mean for us on the radio?
For us on the radio, it'd be great to have Aaron down here. To the same point, Hawk, he's not moving around at all. We saw him get beat up physically because he's immobile. He can still spin that. He can still throw the ball. You just saw it. But I would take Malik over Aaron. But I looked, Hawk, because I'm with your thought, and we were talking to Gino. Like Malik, he did a great job filling in. He had a couple games, 280, 1 touchdown, 120, 1 touchdown. Like nothing amazing. He had 3 touchdowns last year, and his career is not like he's never been given the keys to an organization. So I don't know what that looks like.
Was he the starter in Tennessee though for a while? Malik Willis?
Yeah, he was in Tennessee. He jumped around. But what is he really? I don't think anyone knows, and that's the evaluation process I'm talking about. They know him. They've watched him at practice. And Jordan Love, obviously, drafted Jordan Love, and he's the guy. But is he that dude, or is he just a good guy to have on your team, have around the organization and all that? And I just don't want to pull the trigger and say, like to your point, 2 for $40. We're already giving Tua $50. Now we're giving him $20. Now we're $70 million in the hole. You were just making a couple million. I don't know what Zach Wilson's still making. We're spending so much money on these quarterbacks. Are they the one? So to the point about a Quinn Ewers season, I think a Quinn Ewers season is the smartest decision to make if you don't think Malik Willis is anything for the future. And I'm kind of saying anybody that comes in right now is going to be a stopgap for some guy that's going to get drafted in 2-3 years.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same opinion. You just go with Quinn Ewers. Maybe you hit on something towards the end of the draft. It's very cheap. We saw him for 3 games. I mean, he's not, he doesn't look like a spastic out there. He looked fine. He had some good plays. He had some bad plays. It was fine.
He's not terrible, but I wouldn't say Malik Willis, looking at numbers, I wouldn't say he's great. I would say he's not terrible as well.
Mm-hmm.
3 games started in Tennessee in 2 years. 3 games started in Green Bay in 2 years.
Oh, I thought he was the starter in Tennessee for a while. I didn't realize that he only started 3 games in Tennessee.
8 games played, 3 games started in 2022. He's 3-3, 67% completion. Like, I think the excitement of non-Tua is making Malik Willis on this pedestal, but you're saying Quinn Ewers is fine. I think Malik Willis is fine as well.
So you might as well go with the cheap fine than throwing money at fine.
Yes. Let's go with what we got in the building. See what he got. You drafted him. You must believe in him somewhat. We know he's athletic. We can run around a little bit. See what you got. I don't think it's I know it's not a playoff season with Malik Willis or Quinn Ewers.
Right. Dave Matthews Band coming to I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm Beach at the end of May. We've got a pair of tickets every day. It's a Live Nation show, and today we are giving away the tickets at 3:40. So about 30 minutes from now, make sure you're listening. About 3:40, we will give away the next round of Dave Matthews Band tickets. Let's get headlines here for the 3 o'clock hour, brought to you by Durrell Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Volkswagen or DurrellVolkswagen.com. So Canada still leading U.S. women's hockey team right now. This is for the gold medal. There is less than 10 minutes left in this game. Canada is up 1-0. U.S. men's hockey team plays Slovakia tomorrow at 3:10. Jimmy is rooting for Slovenia, and she isn't even in the game.
I am not rooting.
How much money you got on Slovenia, Jimmy?
They're not even. I'll book that bet. You want to bet Slovenia? I'll book that bet.
Sure. Even though they're not in it.
Hurricanes baseball, they won again last night. They beat Indiana State in Coral Gables. It was a 6-2 final. So Hurricanes baseball 5-0 on the season right now. They start a 4-game weekend series against Lafayette tomorrow. That's at Marklight Field, and Saturday is a doubleheader, and I'm sure we will learn tomorrow what milkshake Marklight Shakes will be featuring for the series against Lafayette. Canes women's basketball, they host Stanford tonight, 8 p.m. at the Watsco Center, if you're looking for a little live hoop action tonight. And I had mentioned this in the 2 o'clock hour. This is very big news on the MLS front. It looks like Messi will play Saturday in L.A. as Inter Miami takes on LAFC in their opening match for the new MLS season. Michelle Kaufman reported yesterday that Messi was out there practicing with his teammates. She followed it up on Twitter today saying, again, it looks like Messi is going to play on Saturday. So that is good news for the Herons as they begin their quest to repeat in the MLS. Marlins open their spring training schedule on Saturday in Port St. Lucie. They will be playing the Mets. Marlins spring training home opener is this Sunday in Jupiter, and Josh Appel's in Jupiter. We're going to talk with him in the next segment. You've got spring training games for a lot of teams getting underway tomorrow, so it is officially baseball season. Baseball season is upon us. NBA season is back. Did Canada just score again? Or is that a highlight?
No, I was just clapping.
No. I'm watching the TV, not you.
I do not know. Maybe they called timeout.
Why would you be clapping if Canada scored?
No. I'm not clapping. I just clapped just naturally. Just
like a dealer? Like you were showing your hands to the pit boss?
No, like rubbing my rubbing my hands together.
I was honestly watching my TV, so I wasn't watching you. So what happened? You finished the shoe, and then you had shuffle change, and you showed your hands.
I caught a fly.
Oh man, I hate that because they never change the dealer out unless people are winning.
I love that. That's my favorite. When they show their hands, I love that.
Oh,
so it's still 1-0, Jimmy.
Yes, still 1-0 with about 8.5 to go.
All right. What was I saying?
There's actually a roulette dealer in Vegas at the Aria that laughs at me when he walks up because I've never won when he throws the ball. He walks up, I get my chips and walk away. Yeah, man, good to see you, brother. I'm out of here.
I'm having that kind of streak on Cash Pop, man. I cannot win a Cash Pop to save my life. It should be a 1 in 15 chance. There's only 15 numbers on Cash Pop. I'm playing this game all the time. I cannot hit a Cash Pop number.
Yeah, I've had a drought on scratchers. When you walk in and say, can I have a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, 11, 14, 18, 19, 22? You want one of each of those? Yes, I just got to win something.
Jimmy, I want to implement this. Like at the end of every segment, we clap and show our hands as if the eye in the sky is watching us. I think you might be onto something. Anyway, NBA action is back tonight after the All-Star break. The national TV games tonight are on Prime Video. Pistons and Knicks, 7:30. Celtics and Warriors at 10 p.m. I did mention earlier as well, the Chicago Bears seemed close to announcing Indiana as the home of their new stadium. They would remain the Chicago Bears, but they would play in Hammond, Indiana, which is about 25, 30 minutes outside of Chicago. It's not like taking a ride to, it's a heavy check there in the hockey game. It's not like taking a ride, down. Remember one season the Bears had to play in Champaign-Urbana where University of Illinois is because they were redoing Soldier Field, and that was like a 6-hour drive to get outside of the city. Like, to get to Hammond is not a big deal, but would be strange to have the Chicago Bears based in Hammond, Indiana.
25-minute ride?
Yeah,
Get to the Nets Stadium. Get to the Nets Stadium. It takes 2 hours to go 6 miles.
Right. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody, get over yourselves.
You know what? What about the people that say, "Oh, well, they play at Hard Rock. That's in Lauderdale. That's the Fort Lauderdale Dolphins."
Well, it's in the state. It's in the state, at least. It's not like it's not like the stadium. It would be like the Jacksonville Jaguars playing in Valdosta.
That's kind of far, Hawk.
It was as close as I could come up with.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the outrage. If you have a brand new stadium, they're upgrading. But to your point, I didn't know, because you know the geography of Chicago. You articulated there's a lot of other places that they could put this stadium. Are they cheaping out?
Yeah,
what is
Indiana? Well, Indiana's just making a strong offer because they want the income that comes with a professional football team and all the construction work that comes with it. There's obviously incentives for a state to say, yeah, we want that built here.
My owner would never. Stephen Ross would never take the Dolphins out of Florida.
Never. Unless Freeport came with a very strong offer.
I would be cool.
Build a bridge, like a driving bridge to Freeport.
It's not that far.
Seems like that would be doable.
An hour and a half.
Right?
A bridge?
Yeah, could you make a bridge there where you could drive to Freeport? Because it's like a 30-minute flight.
It's about a 2-hour boat ride. You could construct a bridge. It's going to be very expensive and get knocked down once a year.
Jimmy, call a bridge company and see what they would charge for a bridge from Fort Lauderdale to Freeport. What happened?
I'm guessing a lot.
Somebody seriously injured in this hockey game?
Yeah, but with a delay penalty on the U.S.
Yeah, they are huddled over someone. Serious injury. All right, Josh Appel is going to join us in the next segment. The weather, by the way, is absolutely beautiful, but I did mention in the last hour, a cold front is returning next week. You're going to have some cold weather once again. Ooh, that's a dirty check there. You're going to have some cold weather again in South Florida, so be ready for it. Low testosterone is a real issue for many men. It can lead to poor sleep and low energy, brain fog, a reduced sex drive. It can make it more difficult to stay in shape. And we know a healthy body plays a major role in overall health and well-being. That's why I talk about Atlantic Men's Clinic. I go there for a testosterone shot once a week. Atlantic Men's Clinic. I am so thrilled that I go there. Wish I had started going there sooner, to be quite honest. If you are feeling sluggish, you just don't feel like you used to feel, I recommend testosterone treatments at Atlantic Men's Clinic. More than that, Atlantic Men's Clinic can help men lose weight and support metabolism and improve gains in the gym and more with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more. So with the low T treatments combined with the body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. I'm talking about more energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, often a renewed sex drive as well. So call Atlantic Men's Clinic. Schedule a consult. Everyone there is super friendly. You'll learn everything you need to know. They have 7 locations in South Florida. So call them. 877-455-7300, 877-455-7300, or you can visit atlanticmensclinic.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I have this fantasy, I've had this for years, of becoming obese and bedridden and just watching TV all day and having people bring me food.
Today's top
All you streamers, USA scored. Just talking to the streamers. USA scored. Jimmy, you should come back with a patriotic song. Great song choice, Jimmy. The Team USA women's hockey gold medal game. How about that? USA scores the game-tying goal with just over 2 minutes left in the game. They were down 1-0 right at the end of the commercial break. Team USA scores, and it is tied now. About 30 seconds or so left in this game, might be headed to overtime. But 1-1, USA and Canada, gold medal game going on right now in Milan. And we will keep an eye on that as we bring Josh Appel on. And by the way, Dave Matthews Band, they're coming to, I think, Financial Amphitheater end of May in West Palm Beach. And we're giving away a pair of tickets every day this week. And the pair we're giving away today is at 3:40, which means 10 minutes from now, which also means that someone, either Jimmy, Crowder, or Appel, needs to remind me 10 minutes from now to give away these Dave Matthews Band tickets. And that's a Live Nation show. And if you don't win them today, you'll have one more chance tomorrow. Josh Appel's on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Where are you, Josh? You in Jupiter?
Yeah, I'm driving back from Jupiter as we speak.
How come we don't get video of you? How come we only get audio of you?
Well, do you want me in the car on the turnpike? Because hello.
Oh, you're actually driving?
Yes.
Yeah, nah, I don't want to be responsible for that.
Well, I remember Crowder tried this, and that almost ended very poorly for him.
Yeah, but he wasn't on the turnpike.
It didn't end poorly. I was on the turnpike, actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I told you to get off the phone as well. Yeah. Yeah. Don't look at the video, Josh. Put the phone down and let's just chat and don't worry about video.
I love
Josh is fine.
And he's got a new baby at home. For this nonsensical radio show, makes no sense. But let me just see you one more time, just so I can see what you're wearing to the ballpark today.
I'm wearing a hat. I'm wearing a hat with an otter with a golf club on it. And I was in the clubhouse this morning, and Pete Fairbanks, the Marlins' new closer, he did a double take when he saw me, and he goes, "Is that an otter on your hat?" And I said, "Sure is."
What a moment you had. That's something you'll share with baby Jordan for years.
4 years. In fact, immediately when I get home, and I think he'll never forget it.
Can we make him louder, Jimmy? He sounds a little soft to me.
Can I go to a spring training game with Josh? He's hanging around the pitchers and catchers. I'd be up on the fourth row somewhere.
But it's not even a game. It's just they're just shagging balls out there today.
I mean, an electric live AB today thrown by Eury Perez. I mean, the time of our lives.
I feel like he sounds off mic. Is that me, or does he sound okay?
Let's. Do I sound better now?
Yeah, but we don't want to see the side of your face either.
Oh, well, sorry. Well, you shouldn't see any of my face.
Yeah, there you go. Now we got it. Now just hold the
You know,
mic up. Hold the-
I hate to throw you under the bus, Hawk, but I did text you. I said, "Hey, can we test this during the commercial break?" And I got ignored.
Oh, you did? But you know why? Because I'm using my phone as the monitor for the hockey game. And so I wasn't looking at the text coming in. I didn't realize that you wanted to test it. But really, that's something you should pass by Jimmy, not me.
I don't want to throw Jimmy under the bus, but I also texted Jimmy the same thing.
Jimmy, what happened there?
Well, he asked me then, and then I asked you, like, what should we do?
Well, you just said, do you want him on the phone or StreamYard? And
Yeah,
I said he says StreamYard, but he says he wants to. He wanted to test it.
I don't think I saw that. My bad.
That's all right.
I didn't text Crowder, so Crowder, you're above the bus right now.
I would have got you. We could have tested and done everything. I'm good at this.
So what? You love baseball season, right, Josh? I happen to love it as well. I wish the Marlins were more competitive. Not that they didn't give us a fun season last season, but I do love spring training. I think we're going to go. Lori and I, we're either going to go to a game in West Palm Saturday, or we'll go to the Marlins opener on Sunday up in Jupiter.
We're going on Sunday.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Who? Like you and Mara?
Myself, Mara, baby Jordan, a friend of ours is with the Marlins in spring training, so we're going to go watch him pitch on Sunday.
Oh, well, we're coming then. Colin Hockman's in.
We'll see you there. Roger Dean.
What do you got? You got a hot dog on the menu? You got a hot dog and peanuts?
I'm thinking a salted pretzel.
Huh. Interesting. I always loved the first day at the ballpark. And it's like last year we went for opening weekend, Lori and I got a beer. And you know, I don't drink a ton of beer, Crowder. But on a nice, hot, sunny day, the opening day or opening weekend of spring training, a beer and a hot dog. Tell me that it's not just magical.
It feels great. I'm telling you, I don't even like hot dogs, but I get a hot dog every time I go to a Marlins game.
Yeah, got to have one at the ballpark.
Yep.
So this will be Jordan's first sporting event?
Jordan's first sporting event. But you know me, Hawk. I only like hot dogs if they are charred to a crisp on the grill. I don't like the ones off a roller or the broiled ones that they serve at ballparks.
I know, but you got to, and I'm with you. I prefer a charred one as well. But at the ballpark, I like when it comes in that little foil wrapper and it's kind of mashed, like the hot dog's mashed into the bun a little bit. And you get
there is something about that. You're right.
Yeah, there's just something special about that. All right, look at that. Hockman's and Appels. We have a little date on
time of our
Sunday.
lives.
A time of our lives.
You use the big squirt machine? Because they have the big ketchup and mustard squirt machine.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I like
how else would I get the ketchup?
I ask for packets. I always request packets.
No, that's way too
much
effort.
Big squirt machine.
Why not?
I just don't know what. Because I don't know what to do. I don't know who replaces the ketchup in the squirt machine.
I think when it's low on like ketchup or mustard, I think the squirting sound of the thing makes Crowder uncomfortable.
Fair.
I think that sounds
like a wet fart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but we were all thinking it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable.
But what do you think of this? Hey, Appel, before I even get into that, what do you think of the Bears potentially moving to Indiana? Because Crowder doesn't care. He's like, but wherever you play, you play. And it is just Hammond, Indiana is just outside Chicago. So it's not like you're driving 6 hours to get somewhere. It's part, they call Chicago Chicagoland. Hammond, Indiana theoretically is part of Chicagoland. Would it outrage you if the Bears were still the Chicago Bears, but played in Hammond, Indiana?
I hate it with every fiber of my being. However, it is somewhat like the Jets and the Giants playing in the Meadowlands and still going by the New York Jets and the New York Giants. I feel like it's very similar to that.
Because you couldn't stop. Like, I was thinking to myself, could Roger Goodell say, yeah, we're not going to allow a storied franchise like the Chicago Bears to play their home games in Indiana? But there's precedent for teams doing that, the New York teams. So you wouldn't be able to stop them, right?
I don't think so. But, do you remember when the Marlins, there were the rumors of them leaving. They were trying to get the deal for the stadium. And didn't like David Sampson show up in San Antonio in a cowboy hat?
Yes.
So like when I saw that they were talking to this city in Indiana about putting the stadium there, I thought it was just Warren, the president, putting on a whatever they wear on their heads in Indiana, the Indiana Hoosier white and red pants that they wear in warm-ups in Indiana basketball, and then he was just putting those on.
It'd be funny if the McCaskey family showed up looking like Bob Knight. Doing
Right.
a press conference.
Right. That's what I thought it was. And I apparently not. Apparently I'm sure the stadium's gonna be beautiful. And if it's not that far of a drive, like whatever, but it feels wrong. And for the Jets and the Giants, they've played, obviously the Jets played at Shea Stadium for a while, but like for as long as I can remember, they've played in the Meadowlands. Like the Chicago Bears belong in Chicago.
Yeah.
But the outrage is that they're it's 20 minutes away, Hawk said. It's a 20-minute drive. You have a nicer facility. You enjoy it, probably better parking, probably a better game day experience, to be honest, than piling it up somewhere in Chicago. It seems smarter to me.
But there's something about Soldier Field and how the architecture of it really doesn't make any sense. But there's just something about it.
The architecture really doesn't make any sense. Let me give away these tickets that nobody reminded me.
Oh yeah, Hawk, you got to give away the Dave Matthews Band.
It wasn't 340. It wasn't 3.
Admittedly, it's only
Hawk.
339. You're right. Admittedly, it's only 339. But we're gonna start the process here. Dave Matthews Band coming to I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm Beach, and it's a Live Nation show. And we've got a pair of tickets every day this week. And if you don't win them now, you'll have one more chance tomorrow. What caller number would you like to take, Crowder, for the Dave Matthews Band tickets?
Who's the best player on the Marlins, Josh?
Kyle Stowers or Sandy.
What number is Sandy? 27?
22.
22.
Caller 22 for Sandy Alcantara. Caller 22, 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. Caller number 22 gets the Dave Matthews Band tickets. So we were talking yesterday.
I thought I was going to go to 14, Jimmy.
I thought Sandy was like 77 or something. I thought you were going to make Jimmy work for it. So we were talking yesterday, Appel, on the show about Tua and what the Dolphins are going to do there. And there's this thought that they could just waive him, eat the $99 million cap hit in one season, this season, and just be done with it. But Chris Kaufman, CK Parrott on Twitter, he had posted, I do think Miami will be able to trade Tua. People frame this so wrongly most of the time. Miami will offer to pay most of the guarantee so that they can just get out of paying some of the guarantee, and the new team gets a QB1 for a high-end QB2's price tag, fairly simple. Do you think they're going to be able to trade him?
I mean, when he puts it that way, sure, but I still have a hard time believing that the entire league knows that they can get Tua cheap by signing him and not giving up an asset if they just wait out the Dolphins to release him. So I understand what Chris Kaufman is saying, and I'm not even sure I disagree with it necessarily, but from the perspective of a team that would be interested in acquiring him, why would you give up an asset to get him at a quote-unquote discounted price when you'd be getting him at a discounted price anyways because of all the guarantees the Dolphins have to pay him, and you don't have to give up a draft pick. You can just sign him after that. So
well,
unless you want to get priority over
that's what I'm saying.
Priority over other teams that want to sign him.
You guarantee that you get him rather than him hitting the open market.
It's definitely less far-fetched than I thought, but again, the Dolphins have no leverage in this situation. They really don't, because everybody's expecting him to be gone from there one way or the other. And is Tua the type of guy that teams are really knocking down the door to go acquire and trade for? I don't really see him as that after this past season. I really don't.
Yeah, Josh, to that point, something we were talking about yesterday, I guess we're tired of Tua But I think it's overboard that he's terrible. We just got tired of him. Like, could he still go be a starter somewhere? I know the injury is a big part of it. Nobody's going to give him a 6-year deal anymore because of his injury history. But isn't Tua still one of the best 32 quarterbacks in the world?
Yes, but like I don't want Tua as if I'm a team with aspirations of going on a run in the postseason, he's not the guy that I want anymore. If I need Tua Tagovailoa for 5 or 6 games, great, like sign me up. But over the course of a full season, I think at this point, after what we saw last year, I just he's not that guy to me anymore. I don't know what happened to him physically, if it is the injuries finally catching up to him. Well, we've had this conversation plenty. He's just not the same guy that he was. And so maybe over a small sample size, like he had that stretch in the middle of the season where the Dolphins had that little winning streak where it was like, oh, okay, like this is good. For that little stretch, yeah, I'd take him. But not as someone who needs to start a full 17-game schedule for me as a team with any aspirations. Like I would imagine he'd be going to a team that's kind of in that middle ground that needs a bridge to like if you told me for whatever reason the Raiders were moving on from Geno Smith, they're drafting Fernando Mendoza, and they like a guy to just get them to Fernando Mendoza, like I can see Tua being a guy like that in a situation similar to it at this point in his career. I can't see someone signing Tua Tagovailoa who has aspirations as the full-time starter. I just don't see that. He's not that guy anymore.
What about next season? Would you rather go with Quinn Ewers on a rookie deal who showed you a little bit of something in his 3 games, or would you rather spend some money on Malik Willis and say, hey, let's see if he can be the guy?
I like the idea of Malik Willis, but like I had Cameron Wolf on from NFL Network on Monday while I was filling in for you guys. And the price tag that they're talking about for him blows my mind because he was obviously very good when he was playing in place of Jordan Love the last couple of seasons.
What are they saying is that what's Cam saying is the price tag?
It could be like a 2-year, $50 million thing where you're paying him over $20 million a year. I don't know if he's worth it for that. Maybe you do and you take the risk and okay, he's good for 2 seasons and maybe that's your guy. But like, I'm almost wondering, to your point, is it worth it to just roll with Quinn Ewers and like draft somebody? Or like, I was thinking about this the other day. You look at Tennessee, Cam Ward's their guy. Do you take a flyer on like Will Levis or something? He's coming up back healthy after missing all of last season. He's a guy who has all the physical tools. If you know this, Malik Willis will be priced out for you, and you know this is going to be a lean year, why not take a flyer on Will Levis? Very similar to what the Dolphins did when they acquired Josh Rosen all those years back. I think Will Levis happens to be more physically talented than Josh Rosen was, but maybe you kick the tires on a move like that when he doesn't really have a spot in Tennessee anymore. Or maybe you try and make a move for a guy like Mac Jones to avoid paying Malik Willis potentially what he's going to be paid.
And speaking of that guy, whatever that name is, because I heard Jimmy Garoppolo came up recently. There's a lot of free agents out there we've talked about. But like this guy is just he's the stopgap, right? Do they really think? Does anybody think? Do you think we're gonna find that playoff quarterback this free agent cycle, or are we just trying to find a dude to get our cap back under what Chris Greer messed up and try to get to a reasonable way of building a team, reasonable state of building a team?
I think that I don't think Malik Willis can be as good as a guy like Sam Darnold, but I think that if they build this team the way they want to with a really good defense and an offense that is good enough and not necessarily striving to be what the Mike McDaniel offenses were, I think Malik Willis could be the quarterback of a team like that for sure. He certainly did a good job keeping the Packers afloat the last couple of seasons when he was thrust into action. So I think on the right team, he could be that guy, but I don't think he's someone who's, all right, you insert Malik Willis and all of a sudden he's, putting you over the top and leading you to where you want to go. I think he could be part of that if his career trajectory continues to progress the way that it did for the couple of years in Green Bay. But, it's an interesting conundrum that they're in because you want to still try and find the guy, but you also have so much to clean up from what was there prior that I don't know, again, if it's worth 2 years, $50 million on a guy like Malik Willis.
Probably not. I don't think you want to be tied into even more money going out to a quarterback right now. It's like to get everything right, and then we'll figure it out.
Well,
from there.
it depends how it's structured. Like they could structure it for all the guarantees to be in the first year, and then have it out after the year. Who knows?
Do you still drive on the turnpike right now?
Still driving on the turnpike right behind a trailer with an oversized load.
All right. Let's see you one more time
Pass
before
on the right.
Before we call it a day. Look at you. Drive safely. Did you stop
My honor.
anywhere for food or?
I had a little bit of Chipotle after the workouts ended. After I watched Eury Perez throw.
You went into Chipotle and ate there?
Yes.
All right. What'd
You
get?
know, Chipotle has very underrated fountain soda.
Is that so? I don't like
Yeah.
Chipotle.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to get the salad sauce.
Queso. It doesn't hold. It doesn't hold nothing to lime. Lime is way better than Chipotle.
Mara does like the quesarito from there, and I have to agree with him.
Oh.
The quesarito is very good.
I think Moe's is better than Chipotle, and I think Taco Bell is better than Chipotle. No, that's for real.
Nonsense.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, that's good stuff. All right.
Not even
We'll
beef.
see you Sunday up in Jupiter, Josh.
Cannot wait.
It's very exciting.
Don't take him around. Don't take him around anybody important. He's going to embarrass you.
Well, who they playing Sunday? Do you know?
No idea.
The Mets.
It's the Mets. Are you sure?
Yeah, it's the Mets.
On Sunday in Jupiter?
Oh, Saturday.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking who they play on Sunday.
Washington.
Are you sure?
Jimmy, you got 19, 20 more chances.
Because if it's Washington, Matt Mervis is going to be there. I'm
Braves.
just very excited.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, this could be the greatest afternoon of our lives.
The Red Sox. The Yankees. The Mariners.
Hawk, if it's the Nationals, would it be the first time you're seeing Matt Mervis play in person?
No, that's
you
when
go
I
to
fell
games
in love
last
with
year?
him. Was last year's spring training. He was the first.
That's right.
I was
right.
like, oh my God, Matt Mervis. I like the name.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what'd you find out? Is it the Nationals? What are you doing, Jimmy?
It is the Nationals.
All right, I was asking if you had found out. You went
Yes,
absolutely.
yes. I wanted to confirm my information.
Well, let me know that it's an audio medium. You went LeBron
I
James zero dark 30. I mean, just say, oh, I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. You got to keep the audio flowing.
Good point.
All right. Everybody's on edge. Everybody's on edge with this gold medal game going on. Overtime is underway. USA and Canada tied 1-1. Overtime 3-on-3, just like the NHL. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll let you go. Josh, drive safely.
Gentlemen, always a pleasure.
I mean, and this guy, I'm just talking about an audio medium. He's tipping his hat. I mean, what are we doing here?
To you guys, tip your hat back at me.
See ya, pal.
Bye.
4 o'clock hour is coming up. We'll get headlines. Maybe we'll know the winner of the USA Canada women's gold medal game. We'll take a break. 4 o'clock hour is next.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Crowder.
Hawk.
Crowder.
Hawk. Unk.
Four p.m. and we back on the clock, so don't get cutesy. Dog lead the station unlocked. We got the sports talk and the drama to make sure the T-clock. WQAM is the Avengers with no weak spot. For Joe, Rose, Woody, Bo, Omar and more. Tobin and Leroy giving goosies galore. Yeah, for 2 to 6 is reserved for 3 legends. The captains of America, not no Chris Evans. From Spritz to McRibs and calling out game scores. Hot man, Crowder, Solana. Get ready for some more.
Let's do this. Let's not wait, Jimmy. Let's get something patriotic here for the American women's hockey team who have just won the gold. Let's all revel in a little Bruce Springsteen as we celebrate another gold medal for the women's hockey team.
There we go.
So, what an incredible win. They were down 1-0 with about 2.5 minutes left in the game. They tie it and then win it in overtime. Megan Keller with the game-winning goal for Team USA and Team USA women's hockey, who really had run roughshod. Oh, you've got a green ticket there on the Hard Rock app?
I bet nothing crazy, but they were minus 180 to win it going into overtime. I guess it's my patriotism. Say, you know what? Let me just bet on US and see what happens.
Tell you what, they ran roughshod over the competition this entire Olympics, but man, Canada had them almost dead and buried. And incredible comeback, and now a victory. And the women's hockey team will win the gold once again. Very impressive. Fire off Springsteen for me one more time, Jimmy. Come on, we're feeling it. Let's go. What are we doing here? That's how you do the
Stapler remover?
No, I don't staple many things anymore. I probably do have a staple remover somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know where this came from, but I found a staple remover.
If I was if you said to me right now, I'll give you $10,000 if you find a staple remover, I believe I could find one within 5 minutes in my house.
Yeah, they're very useful.
Well, they really aren't very useful. They do one thing. They take staples out. You know what I mean? Like a Swiss Army knife. Very useful.
Yeah.
Got a lot of
yeah,
uses.
yeah.
Staple remover? I don't know if it's very useful.
It's fun to chase kids around with it, though. Come here. Come over here, youngin. Get over here, whippersnapper.
Stock market report. That's brought to you by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Not a great day on Wall Street. Dow Jones down 0.5%, 267 points. S&P 500 down 0.25%, 19 points. And the NASDAQ down a little over 0.25%, down 70 points on the day. But won the gold medal in the USA in women's hockey, so it all evens out. 15 minutes of heat. That is brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. I've mentioned there's NBA action tonight. The Heat don't play tonight. They play tomorrow night. They'll be in Atlanta. Saw an interesting article, and I'm betting you can guess the answer. The headline was, the Miami Heat player with the most to lose in the rest of the season. And it says there's a lot of risk in the last 26 games for this player. This is from Miami Heat on SI. The writer of it is Major Passons. Yeah, Tyler Hero.
Yeah, gotta be. His whole career is in jeopardy right now.
Well, it's funny. So this is what he writes. He says, no matter the team record or the situation surrounding the team, NBA players are ultimately playing for their jobs each and every night. If you produce, then are rewarded handsomely, and then are rewarded handsomely. If you do not produce, then you can find yourself quickly out of a job. Being a professional athlete is like constantly being in job interviews. You are always being evaluated, and not just by your team, but the whole league. So the Miami Heat, he writes, have just 26 games left in their season. They're trying to make a push to escape the play-in tournament, go straight to the playoffs. It has been hard for the team to get any footing this season due to various reasons, but a big reason is health. And that's where we find ourselves trying to answer the question, which Heat player has the most to lose in the last 26 games? And he writes, I would be surprised if you're reading this and have not yet figured out where this is going. The answer is an easy one, Tyler Hero. Hero might not be fighting for his NBA career, but he's fighting for his next contract. Coming off an all-star season in which he was healthy all year long, Hero had high hopes that he could recreate that and parlay it into a massive extension. That has unfortunately not come to plan, as he has only appeared in 11 games this season. Now, to his credit, in those 11 games, he did his job very well and showed the quality of player he is. The problem is that it was only 11 games. Every game that Hero misses impacts the numbers of his next extension, if he even gets one in Miami. The less he's available, the less control he has over his future. What team in their right mind would give a player a big chunk of their salary cap if they cannot be confident he will play north of 55 games every year? The answer is no team. So, as the remaining 26 games come to pass, Hero needs to find a way to be valuable to the team. At the absolute worst, he needs to find a way to return for the playoffs and then play well. That would be the only way to make up for all the damage caused by his absence.
Oh, 100%. And for him for us to put the money into him like he wants, we gave him the big deal already. He wants the second big deal, and he just hasn't produced to that level. And if it has to do with injury or I don't know, Hawk. I honestly, and you don't know, I'm very critical of Tyler Hero. I'm jaded by the Cleveland Cavaliers series last year when they were making fun of him, and
I think there's a segment of Heat Nation that almost like Tua with the Dolphins. Move on. He's done his thing. He's been really good. Like, we love Tyler. Tyler, I mean, incredible. Remember in the bubble? I mean, Tyler was incredible. Yes. He's an all-star one season. I love Tyler Hero. Love watching him play. But we're at a point kind of where it's like, all right, he's just not out there enough. Like, and every year he's part of trade drama, not by his own doing. It's just by what it happens to be.
But it's the problem, I guess, of being really good. Not great, not elite, not on top. He snuck in an all-star game, which Solana loves to throw at me when we talk about this. He's a good player. He's a really good player in some nights. But there's an echelon of player that we know, that we've seen, that we've had with Wade and Braun and Bosch and those. We see what that is, and he's never got over that threshold of just being really good. So you love him. He's really good. He's cute. He has the big games. He has a funny little demeanor about him. He's fun in the media. He wears crazy clothes. Like, it's cool to cover him. But just saying a dominant player on the court, he doesn't dominate games. And now he can't dominate games because he grew a sixth toe and he's sitting over there with Spo every night. So now you're not dominating, and now you're injured. And when you come back, you're just really good. It's the disease of being really good. But we need great and elite, and that's what we're used to.
All right, headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. So the U.S. women's hockey team wins gold. They are your gold medal hockey champions, having defeated Canada 2-1 in overtime. Very exciting. Tomorrow, the U.S. men's hockey team, and this is not a medal game, but the U.S. men's hockey team plays Slovakia. That begins at 3:10. The U.S. is a 2.5 goal favorite. Hurricanes baseball, they beat Indiana State last night, 6-2. They're 5-0 on the season. They have a 4-game weekend series against Lafayette. Starts tomorrow at Alex Rodriguez Park at Marklight Field. Saturday's a doubleheader, and we'll find out sometime tomorrow, I'm guessing, the Marklight Shakes that will be offered for the Lafayette weekend. Canes women's basketball, they're at the Watsco Center tonight. They host Stanford at 8 p.m. In MLS, I've been telling you all week that Inter Miami and the MLS season starts on Saturday, and Inter Miami, who are looking to repeat, by the way, as MLS Cup champions, they play LAFC on Saturday. I had said all week it looks like Messi is doubtful. That has changed. Looks like Leo Messi is going to play. In fact, let me just check Michelle Kaufman's latest Twitter, because she had tweeted out yesterday he practiced with the team, and then she had tweeted out today that he was probable to play, and I had even checked with Chris Whittingham, and he said, yeah, probable that he will play. Let's see. Michelle Kaufman says Leo Messi is expected to play the opener at LAFC on Saturday. So there you go. That's really good news. Like to see him out there. This is a tough game from what everyone has told me. Like LAFC is the two favorites to win the MLS Cup are Inter Miami and LAFC.
Messi doesn't need to practice. He's lying.
Well, this isn't practice.
No, I'm saying for the game. Let's just say he's in practice and he's with his team. He doesn't need to practice. Stop putting pressure on this old man's body. Let him go play the games and go play with his kids and play games.
Is he that old?
40-something, isn't he?
Is he? 38.
He's my age. Yeah,
38.
I knew he was right around because we were on the same level athletically in our early 20s.
Because he is in much better shape at 38 than you were at 23.
When I was 24 and he was 20, we were right there together. We were balling.
right where together? You happened to be in a store at the same time?
You have one more interception than him.
That's a good call, Jimmy.
Jimbo.
You do have one more.
Appreciate you, Jimbo. We were at H&M together. He was in the
right
small section.
Right there together.
I was at the Husky.
Marlins open spring training Saturday. They're in Port St. Lucie to play the Mets. And then Sunday, and I think I'm going now, Sunday in Jupiter begins the Marlins' home spring training schedule. And if the Washington Nationals are indeed in town, that means Matt Mervis will be visiting Jupiter. I'll be able to have a smaller version of the Mervis militia, just me, on hand to welcome him back to South Florida.
Don't you have
NBA,
a shirt?
I do have a Matt Mervis shirt, and I will wear it on Sunday.
But for the opposing team?
Yeah. It's spring training. What the hell's the difference?
I don't know. Yuri Perez going to get hot with you.
But it doesn't even, all it says is Matt Mervis, if you know, you know. It's just like one of these shirts you could buy, like anything you search on Google, all of a sudden a t-shirt is available for it. Like it's made by a bot. Like I think it may say the Cubs on it.
Wear it then. That'll be funny.
I'm definitely wearing it. NBA back in action tonight, and Heat will be in action tomorrow in Atlanta. Obviously, you will be able to hear that game right here on 104.3 WQAM. Solana will return from Spain tomorrow. I'm guessing, right, to be on the Heat pregame show. Will he be back tomorrow night?
He should be.
He just sent us a picture. He just sent us a picture. He's eating dinner right now. He's in Spain. Look at that.
He's about to be so sick. What is that?
Eggs. Looks like fries. I don't know. What is that?
With prosciutto on it?
I don't know what the last thing is.
Well, it's his final night in
and that's
Spain.
where he took his old lady to eat eggs and meat fries? That's nasty.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What is that?
He done blew his budget, so last night they gotta eat there.
Just
I don't know.
based on looking at that, I can tell you Solana's going to miss 3 days being sick.
Sausage chunks.
What is that?
What is the main plate? What is that?
If I FaceTime Solana, can he get that in Spain?
That's internet. Yeah, it's internet.
Yeah, but maybe the connection probably not that great. You could try WhatsApp.
I don't have WhatsApp. I'm 56, Jimmy.
I got WhatsApp.
You do?
Yeah, for the sports teams. A lot of sports teams WhatsApp. You have a lot of people on.
Well, FaceTime uses your mobile data.
I'm FaceTiming Solana right now. Oh, there he is. He answered. What is that sausage-looking dish that's next to your main dish? No, well, we're talking about looking at that sausage dish and thinking you're going to miss 3 days being sick when you come back. All right, I'm going to put it up on the camera. He's showing everybody. Go ahead. What is that?
Overform.
Chorizo. That's chorizo, Crowder.
Man, that chorizo's 76 years old. Tell him don't touch that.
I love
Crowder wants to know if you've run out of money on the trip, and that's why you're having eggs and French fries on your final meal.
You blew the budget. He got drunk and blew the budget.
He goes, they went to Spain and really just toured La Carreta. All right, go enjoy your last night. We miss you. We love you. Are you doing preheat tomorrow? That's what we were talking about on the air. He will be back tomorrow in time for preheat. Say hi to Valentina. We love you both. There you go.
Hey,
Solana checking in from Spain. That was delightful. Look at technology nowadays.
That's crazy. Don't tell nobody else's wife that you love them.
What did I said? We love you both.
We love you both, but just you got to leave that's disrespectful.
You want me to be on the phone with Solana and his wife and say, okay, I love you, Alex?
Yes.
No, that's rude.
No, it's weird.
Listen, you're the chauvinistic type. You ignore the woman. I don't ignore the woman. I don't ignore the
polite.
woman.
Crowder, it's polite.
It's polite.
It's not to say somebody I love you. Say tell Valentina we say hi. That's okay.
Love you both. That's much easier.
No,
love you
no,
both. I know you want to be Jackie Gleason in The Honeymooners. I got Archie Bunker over here. He wants Edith. He wants Edith to know her place.
What about Joe Rose? Every time he sees me and Asia together, he says, "Hey, what up, Channing? How you doing? Hey, Asia. Hey, good to see you. Hey, Chan, your wife is smoking hot." That's not right.
That's kind of nice, no?
But that's different, though.
Every single time, Joe, I was laughing about it today because him and Bo Camper do the same thing. Whoo, Crowder, whoo. I'm like, it's my wife, man. What are you talking about?
Settle down.
Take it easy, brother.
All right. And your weather in Miami. I've been telling you, the cold weather is coming. The weather in Miami right now is 79 degrees and sunny. Tonight, it's going to be in the upper 60s on the overnight, 68 degrees or so on the overnight. It's going to be an absolutely gorgeous Friday tomorrow. Sunny all day, low of 68, high of 82. I'm telling you, come Monday, it's going to get cold again. Monday, the low in Miami, 49. Tuesday, the low in Miami, 44. Wednesday, 49. We're talking about the 40s back in town next week. So don't put away your winter clothes yet. We've got one more bout of winter coming our way. And then we'll be able to move on to spring and enjoy our Shamrock Shakes. Who's going to be in the mood for a Shamrock Shake when it's 40 degrees out? That's crazy talk.
Nobody.
Anyway, we'll take a break here. We'll come back with more Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. I want to tell you first about Cheetah Pompano. What a great spot to watch a game on the weekend or tonight or tomorrow. They got VIP areas, 4 stages of entertainment. They've got the most beautiful ladies in South Florida to entertain. And, of course, Cheetah Pompano has the amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Happy hour specials till 6. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. You want to make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well. If you're planning a bachelor party, you know there's nowhere better than Cheetah Pompano or Cheetah Palm Beach. You can get all the details on everything going on at the Cheetah by going to the website. It's cheetahsofl.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
My metabolic age is 15.
Yeah, well, your metabolic IQ is 15 as well. Jimmy's still feeling it. Team USA wins gold over Canada in women's Olympic hockey. We celebrate it. Honk your horns wherever you are. Well, hopefully you'd be in your car if you're honking your horn. If you're not in your car, what would be the point of honking your horn? Why would you have a horn near you if you're not in your car? There's some huge news that I wanted to get to that is relevant to our show, and I wanted to get to it on Tuesday, and we didn't have time, and I wanted to get to it yesterday. We didn't have time, and I'm going to get to it now because we have a few minutes here that I can let you know. Did you know, Crowder, that there was a court ruling on boneless wings? Did you see this story?
No.
So
That's crazy.
someone had filed suit against Buffalo Wild Wings saying, I went there. They have boneless wings on the menu. I ordered them. I was unaware that these are not wings. They're marketed as wings. And this went to court. This is from ABC News. Is a boneless chicken wing just a nugget? Can a cauliflower have wings? Can parts of a chicken be reconstituted into some sort of Frankenwing? Those are some of the big questions that a federal judge in Illinois answered this week, concluding that boneless chicken wings can be marketed as wings.
Was there any explanation?
Yeah,
What the person they were suing him?
In a 10-page ruling, U.S. District Judge John J. Tharp Jr. sided with Buffalo Wild Wings in a lawsuit filed by a customer claiming he had been deceived by the brand's boneless chicken wings. Words can have multiple meanings. Indeed, the term buffalo wing refers to the type of sauce on the wing rather than indicating it is made of buffalo meat, Tharp wrote. The lawsuit stemmed from an Illinois man's 2023 visit to his local Buffalo Wild Wings. Ayman Halim said he was deceived by the company, which marketed its boneless wings in the wings section of their menu. Unbeknownst to the plaintiff and other consumers, the products are not wings at all, but instead slices of chicken breast meat deep fried like wings. Indeed, the products are more akin in composition to a chicken nugget rather than a chicken wing. Halim argued in the lawsuit, asking for punitive damages and to disgorge the company's profits. Buffalo Wild Wings fought back against the claims, arguing in court filings that the Seventh Circuit had recognized that many literally false statements are not deceptive. The company also pointed to another wing alternative, the cauliflower. The judge also chewed over that argument as well. Cauliflower wings are sold at Buffalo Wild Wings under the wing section of the menu and are presented as an alternative to chicken wings. If Halim, the plaintiff, is right, reasonable consumers should think that cauliflower wings are made from wing meat. They don't, though, Tharp wrote. Boneless wing is also clearly a fanciful name because chickens do have wings, and those wings have bones. The judge also pushed back on the lawsuit's claim that customers would expect anything else to arrive at their tables if they ordered boneless wings. A reasonable consumer would not think that Buffalo Wild Wings boneless wings were truly deboned wings reconstituted into some sort of Frankenwing, he wrote. Halim sued Buffalo Wild Wings over his confusion, but his complaint has no meat on the bone, the judge concluded, writing later in his opinion that Halim did not drum up enough factual allegations to state a claim, though he has standing to bring the claim because he plausibly alleged economic injury. He does not plausibly allege the reasonable consumers are fooled by Buffalo Wild Wings' term of boneless wings. ABC News has reached out to both Buffalo Wild Wings and Halim's attorneys for reaction to the judge's ruling. No reaction yet.
I know that judge was giggling in his quarters. This is ridiculous. I hope they should countersue him for defamation of character or something.
Well, I mean, isn't it a fair lawsuit, though? I'm glad that we have a decision, but isn't it a fair lawsuit? They're calling something Buffalo Wild, or they're calling something Boneless Wings, and we know that they're little chicken nuggies. We know that. So
everybody knows that.
Right, but is it misleading to call them boneless wings?
You actually got misled by Funky Buddha because you thought the buffalo wings were from buffaloes.
No, that's not true. I thought they had bison wings on the menu, which they did not. I just made something up. They do not have bison wings on the menu. I didn't get misled. I just got something wrong.
Yes, people. Somebody said this to me recently. I was having a conversation. They were like, "You should sue them," and I was like, "No, 20 minutes later in the conversation, they yell again, "You should sue them." I'm like, "Listen, if you yell I should sue somebody again, this conversation's over." That's what these people just like to sue people. He thought he was about to get a check for nothing.
Right. But isn't it fair, though, to at least ask the question, should Buffalo Wild or should boneless wings be marketed as boneless wings? Because they're not. They're just not. I mean, it is literally a made-up term for something that they're not.
But just the names of stuff. We actually talked about this. Hamburger. It's not ham. It's beef.
No, I understand it. I always say it's chocolate lava cake. There's no lava in it.
No lava in it. It's just a name. And I guarantee if he asked, "Hey man, what these are wing meats? Is this a wing, a drum? Oh no, it's breast. Oh, it's a nugget. Yes, it's a nugget. We just said it's a wing."
No. But if you see something on the menu that says boneless wings, why should I have to ask if they're wings? It says it right on the menu.
But I guess, you know what, in the judge, that's why I think he used some glowing, funny terms in there. You think there's somebody in the back cutting that little bitty flat and snatching the two little bones out the middle.
Well,
there's no chance.
The name would lead me to believe that someone is indeed doing that. And it seems fairly deceptive when I find out that there is no little person out there clipping the wing like a bonsai tree, which they do bonsai classes at Funky Buddha, speaking of them. But it is a little deceptive to find out that there is no person clipping the bone out of the wing.
You thought they had some Oompa Loompas from Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
I didn't know. I didn't give it a lot of
bones
thought.
Out of wings.
But here, see, I think the greater problem is this. Somebody says, while y'all are arguing about this, Jimmy's back there doing wardrobe changes. I wasn't watching you, Jimmy. Are you doing wardrobe changes while we're doing this?
Yeah, I changed my hat.
Oh. Yeah, you were wearing, you texted us. You had a Marlins hat on, and then you got a brand new 104.3 WQAM lid from Tyler, our promotions guru. Those are sweet looking. I got to get me one of those. But anyway, here's my greater point. The boneless wing, I think what the judge's ruling is now you get these people like Clay Ferrero and Josh Appel who love the boneless wings. They get to say, yeah, I'm having boneless wings. Where if the judge's ruling had ruled against them, they would have to go order, because I think both you and I agree, boneless wings, like what? Who's ordering these?
I don't know.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. If you want chicken tenders, go get chicken tenders. God bless you. But if you want wings, I think you should get traditional wings, actual wings. And this judge's ruling now gives this ability to Clay and Josh Appel to continue their lives saying, oh, yeah, I love boneless wings, when you and I both know they don't love wings. They happen to like chicken nuggets.
Yeah, they're chicken nugget lovers. And on the other side of this, I don't know if I'm squirreling, Hawk. I think I've said this before. I hate when I order wings and they ask me bone in or bone out. No, there's a wing, bone in. Don't ask me bone out. There's no bone out wings, because the knowledgeable, intelligent human being knows that wings have bones, and if it's not have a bone, it's a damn nugget.
I just feel like an adult who orders boneless chicken wings really should have more shame. And the shame would have been if the judge said, yeah, you can't call these little chunks of chicken boneless wings anymore. And now all of a sudden, because would Clay Ferrero or Josh Appel order boneless wings if they had to order Buffalo-style chicken nuggies?
No.
Right.
Tendy. What about a tendy?
Buffalo-style tendies? Yeah, I don't
No,
think so.
let me some-
Do you eat boneless wings, Jimmy, or do you prefer the bone-in?
Either or. Doesn't matter.
Well, which one do you order if you're out? If you go to Buffalo Wild Wings?
Probably the boneless.
You do get the boneless.
Yes, I'll get the boneless.
Interesting.
Damn, Jimmy. You know what? The boneless people are the people that ask what slice of fruit comes in their water. Same person. Lemon and lime. Just
Not
get
me.
the damn water. It's free water. Get the
But
water.
if you go to Hooters, Jimmy, you would get boneless wings over wings.
Correct.
Huh. Yeah, I don't understand that. Because those, I mean, they really are chicken chunks. That's all they are. Like the pleasure in the wing is taking the meat off the bone, right? It's like manly.
Yeah, but they say it's messy. Oh, you have to pick it up and you get sauce on your face. I think it was Clay, Will. Somebody was like, yeah, it's all messy.
I think it was Clay.
Messy? What? How do you rub them on your forehead before you eat the wing? Just bite the wing and put some blue cheese on it. What's going on?
I don't know. Well, that's
I like that we legally now can just kind of alienate those guys.
Well, no, we can't. That's what happens. We can't. We were right there on the precipice of being able to alienate them because you wouldn't be able to call them boneless wings if the judge ruled in that favor. But he didn't. He said, no, you can continue to call them boneless wing. To me, we've lost. Like, this was a huge case that we ended up losing.
It's damn Appel.
Appel and Clay,
6'4",
like they're
240.
They're the victors in this. I think the rest of the world kind of loses out, in my opinion, because now, I mean, what else do you want to call boneless wing? I mean, you could put anything there. And honestly, I take issue with the judge saying, hey, cauliflower wings, people don't assume that those come from an actual wing. You know they're cauliflower. But cauliflower, that's a completely different menu item. Everybody knows that a cauliflower doesn't have wings. It's a vegetable. It's a vegetable, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But
You
a
know what
boneless
cauliflower
wing,
is?
yeah, and I just want to make sure. Sometimes I say it's a vegetable and you go, well, it's a legume. I wanted to make sure that I had the terminology correct there. I'm not a big cauliflower fan, by the way. I like broccoli, but I'm not a huge cauliflower fan.
Same.
Not huge.
Jimmy, there's no vegetables you like. What's your favorite vegetable?
French fries.
Oh boy, I knew he was gonna add. I knew it was the 11-year-old answer.
No, potatoes and I like corn as well.
Yeah, that's the 11-year-old answer. Potatoes and corn.
Yep.
No broccoli?
No broccoli.
Green beans?
No.
Snap peas?
No.
I love a snap
Spinach.
pea. Spinach.
Hell no.
No spinach. You ever eat a salad, Jimmy?
I tried to, but I didn't like it.
How long ago was that?
Like a year ago.
Really? You had a salad? You tried a salad like a year ago?
Yeah.
What didn't you like about it?
Too leafy.
Might I be able to interest you in a chopped salad, which isn't as leafy and still happens to be delightful? But my point is, the cauliflower wings, if you see that on a menu, you know it's a vegetable. It's cauliflower. If you see boneless wings on a menu, I think it's a little bit deceptive because the person ordering them thinks that they're ordering wings. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you're in your vegetarian mode and you go order cauliflower wings. You come home and your boys say to you, hey, what'd you have for dinner tonight? And you go, I had wings. You would never say that. You would say I had cauliflower wings.
Yeah, I say probably fried cauliflower.
And if you go out and you have boneless wings, I think people come back, they see their boys, they go, oh yeah, I had some wings tonight. And there's no shame in saying that because they think they had wings, but they really had chicken nuggets. And that's where I think the judge got this ruling wrong. I think this gives cover. I think this gives cover to people to continue ordering boneless wings with no shame. And my greater point is, if you order boneless wings, I feel like you should feel a tinge of shame, because we all know that you're not really ordering wings. You're ordering chicken nuggies.
You with the boys, you got to say, lemon pepper chicken nuggets, please.
Right.
That's the walk of shame you wouldn't do.
You wouldn't do it.
Boneless lemon pepper. See, it sounds hard. You said it was a bass in your voice.
Somebody puts on the chat, let's ask the next question. Anyone here spelled wrong, Dexter? Anyone here try the steak nuggets from Arby's? I haven't eaten Arby's in 25 years. I was fascinated by that product rollout, the steak nuggets, but I also have not gone to an Arby's in 150 years. So I don't know if I could just sit there and eat chunks of steak, especially from a fast food place.
That when we talked about it before, that was the tough part, because steak has to be cooked right, and it doesn't carry well. Like you can't sit steak on a hot plate for 2 hours.
There's no way that the person at Arby's is saying, how do you want your steak nuggets cooked, right? It's just however they come out.
That's the moisture of them. You got I actually cook steak nugget for the kids, because instead of making them cut up their own steak as they get it, I'll cut it up and then sear it on a pan so it's already bite size. But I'm not getting it from damn Arby's.
Somebody says, does anybody know anybody who eats at Arby's? I think it's a money laundering place. Arande Gadsden eats at Arby's. He loves Arby's.
Kept them open for years.
Yeah, he loves Arby's.
Oh,
and Lee Sterling. Lee Sterling will be on with us tomorrow. Lee Sterling loves the Jamocha Shake at Arby's. So does Arande, as a matter of fact.
Arby's is going to struggle during Lent because OG's not going.
They don't have a fish sandwich on the menu?
Yeah, they do actually.
Do they really?
Yeah, like when I was listening to a podcast, I heard the commercial that they brought back the fish sandwich.
Do you know that McDonald's invented the filet of fish specifically for Lent?
That is true.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because people stopped eating meat for 40 days, and McDonald's was like, well, that's kind of a big part of our audience is people who eat meat, so maybe we need to offer something that they can get during Lent, and so they added the filet of fish to the menu. How about that for a little factoid? All right, we got to take a break. 5 o'clock, Funky Buddha Happy Hour is coming your way next.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I love the colonoscopy. Oh, that's Crowder's song. Gets to enjoy it. Little Kate Bush for you, Crowder. This is your song that
Yeah.
you found out about 3 years after everyone else found out about it, which was 40 years after everyone my age found out about it.
I've been running up that road, running up that hill. It's a good song.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour, and it's brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery, where you can get Sticky Treats, one of Funky Buddha's most requested beers. Sticky Treats, a rice blonde ale with vanilla, brings a taste not unlike your favorite rice cereal and marshmallow snack. They've got a big taproom party to celebrate the return of Sticky Treats, which starts tomorrow, Friday, and runs all the way through Sunday with exclusive beers and flights and activations. And you will find Sticky Treats statewide at a retailer near you very soon. Also, Formula One, get ready to start those engines. F1 returns March 7th. And Funky Buddha will be your #1 race paddock for every race. They've got a watch party. The sound will be on. There will be specials to choose from. So if you're an F1 fan and you're looking for a place that's fun and vibey and filled with F1 fans, make Funky Buddha your headquarters for that all F1 season long. A lot of people on the chat and the text line telling me that Arby's is pretty damn good. So maybe it's worth a revisit to Arby's to see what they have to offer.
Remember, it might have been 2 years ago. We went to the Amarant Bank Arena. There's an Arby's over there by the Sawgrass.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I went to Arby's and I brought the sandwich. It was almost like, it was a skit. Because I went there just to mess with you and bring him in and pull out an Arby's sandwich, which was funny to me. And I wasn't that impressed at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big roast beef sandwich guy.
Yeah. I think I got a chicken sandwich, like a spicy chicken something. It was old.
People
but
love
maybe I got
sauce.
a bad Arby's.
Maybe. They must have some sort of following somewhere because they're still in existence all these years later.
Yeah. Huck, because I went out, I was a little late because I was outside. I went to get the mail. And I forgot. I knew I had something to tell you. It happened, what was it, Tuesday or Wednesday? What's today? Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday. So we came in yesterday. So Tuesday morning, I'm outside doing something. And my neighbor comes up. Asia, we go to, I'm at my whole driveway is backed by Morris. Asia has an IQ, the Cadillac electric truck, the big one. One of our neighbors have an IQ. And he knows we've talked about it. He came past our house on Halloween. Like I've actually talked with him. He asked me, could he use my home charger? Asia was gone with Chaz somewhere. He was like, can I use your charger? Mine's messing up. Mine's acting up. I just need a little charge to get to the supercharge station. And as a good neighbor, I was like, oh, no problem, bro. Like I didn't even think nothing about it.
Right.
But now every time I see him, he tries to offer me money. Like for the juice. And I'm looking at my gate and I see him coming in and I ran back in the house because I don't need, and I don't even know what the price was of your charge. But he wants so bad to give me money. Should I let him give me $20?
No, tell him, I don't want any of your money. But if your wife is baking cookies, bring us over a plate.
I've said it all. I was like, yeah, man, next time you're cooking, I was like, yeah, anytime, man, the kids come down, we come pay. You see Chaz down there, give him some candy. I've used it. I've exhausted it because he goes in and out a lot. He might be a drug dealer. I don't know, but he's in and out the neighborhood all day long. And I just saw him coming in and I knew if he stopped, he was going to offer me money again. And I don't want your $20.
Can't accept the money. No, because then it's not like, what am I doing here? I'm running a service station. Like you're a neighbor, you wanted to use the electricity, use the electricity. I'm not Wawa.
And that's the next thing. So now next time your charger's out, okay, $20. I can run down to Crowder's house for $20 and get a charge. I don't want to put a price on this neighborly love.
This is a good message on the chat. Tell him he can pay you in Arby's sandwiches.
He's very aggressive. He's an aggressive human. Now I'm
Gary's-
uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable being in my front yard.
Gary Sarner texted me. He said, Jamocha shake at Arby's. So good. I'm telling you, a lot of people, Aronde included, rave about that Jamocha shake. I've never had it before.
What is Jamocha?
I don't know. Mocha, I know what mocha is. So what makes it
Yeah.
Jamocha? Let me ask Claude.
Hey, Hoch, what's up?
Just curious what the Jamocha shake is at Arby's.
I'll look that up for you. So it's basically a vanilla milkshake blended with coffee and chocolate flavors. The name comes from Java for coffee and mocha for the coffee chocolate combo. Hence, Jamocha. It's pretty.
How about that? You got to admit, you want Claude so badly. It's so much better than Siri and that Google. The guy goes, hey, Hoch, what's up? What can I help you with?
You programmed him to say what's up.
Absolutely not. Claude and I are
Hoch.
friends. I swear to God.
Claude says, Hoch, what's up?
Yep. I swear to God.
Naturally.
I'm telling you. I saw the
Hoch,
Super Bowl
come on,
commercial
bro.
for Claude. Claude's an AI app. I saw the Super Bowl commercial. I said to you, I want to reward a company that I think makes a good marketing campaign. And I had seen these Claude advertisements way before the Super Bowl, and then they had new ones for the Super Bowl. And so I downloaded the app, and now I use it instead of Google and whatever, but it's like having a conversation with a friend. It's delightful.
There's no programming in him saying, you say, hey, Claude. He says, Hoch, what's up?
Like, did I program it? Like with the O's and ones?
That's too natural. That's too natural of a response for a robot. Call, hey, Hoch, what's up? That's what I say to you when you call me.
Hey, Hoch, how's it going?
Not bad, Claude. I was wondering if you can say hello to my friend Channing.
Hey, Channing, nice to meet you. Hope you're having a good day.
Yeah,
Go to
see
hell,
if your
Claude.
See if your Google does that. Huh? This Claude, I'm telling you, this Claude is a game changer.
Hey,
I had the
Siri.
nicest conversation. I had a nicer conversation with Claude than I've had with you in 10 years.
Hey, Siri, say hi to Hoch. She just sent you a text message.
Exactly. I'll stick with Claude. You're jealous. You're jealous. Admit it.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. And I can give you headlines. I didn't even get to this story today, and I think this might be the biggest story in all of sports. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. Did you see what Major League Baseball announced today? Actually, the biggest story I should really mention, the U.S. women's hockey team won the gold medal. They came back against Canada. Canada had a 1-goal lead, 1-0 with about 2.5 minutes left in the game. USA tied it, sends it to overtime, and in overtime, the USA women's team wins the gold.
Yes.
Congratulations. This is also a big, big story. Did you see what MLB announced today?
I think you sent it to me with the drink.
That's right. Mountain Dew Baja Blast is now the official soft drink of Major League Baseball. That's a big deal to be the official soft drink, and it's not
That
Coke or
is a big
Pepsi.
deal.
It's Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Well, to
It
be
reminds-
fair, sorry. To be fair, Mountain Dew is a Pepsi brand.
No, I'm aware of that. I was just saying that Coke and Pepsi are like the ubiquitous brands, and you would think that an official partner, the official soft drink, would be one of those brands.
Yeah, it had who's it? Jalen Hurts has that Sprite commercial
Mm.
when they're like, "Hey, does it Sprite make you play better?" He's like, "No, I just like how it tastes." Because when you attach a drink to a sporting monopoly, it's like, "Oh, that's what the players drink." No, it's just a very good drink, to drink. It's not has nothing to do with baseball. It's just a partnership.
Well, it's a partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Now,
look at that.
like
I
it's
just got
little,
the
like
text.
little
I
Chan,
just got
little
the text
Chan
from.
wants to go. Little
I just
Chan
got
wants
the
to go
text
to
from
the
Siri.
play in Major League Baseball.
Says
Did
she
he
just
drink
sent
Baja
you a text
Blast?
message. I think you're lagging way behind. You seem to be having a conversation that we've been having. Let's reconnect and let's disconnect and reconnect Crowder so he's not talking over us each time. I'll get into the headlines here, and we will continue on with the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour. So women's team wins gold. The U.S. men's hockey team plays Slovakia tomorrow at 3:10. That'll be during our show, so we can all watch that together. Hurricanes baseball, Miami Hurricanes baseball, they beat Indiana State last night, and they are 5-0 to start the season. They start a 4-game weekend series against Lafayette tomorrow, and Saturday will be a doubleheader. Canes women's basketball, they are in action tonight at the Watsco Center. They host Stanford beginning at 8 p.m., So MLS, this is big news for MLS fans and Messi fans, which are worldwide. MLS opens their season on Saturday. That came around quickly, but Inter Miami, is the defending champions. And MLS, Inter Miami, and LAFC to open the season on Saturday. Looks like Messi will play. In fact, Michelle Kaufman says that Messi will indeed play on Saturday night for the Herons, so that's good news for the league and for Inter Miami fans.
I was thinking about that. Am I back? Because, I was way behind y'all's conversation. Okay. MLS, they're putting the number 1 and number 2 team in the league as the opening game. You think somebody called Messi and was like, does your hamstring really hurt? Or does it not really hurt?
Do we really need to miss this one? Could you miss maybe a game against the Chicago Fire in a few weeks?
Yeah. And I think Messi should have those conversations because he's Lionel Messi.
He's the face of the league. Marlins open their spring training schedule Saturday in Port St. Lucie to play the Mets, and Marlins spring training home opener is Sunday in Jupiter, where they will play the Washington Nationals and Matt Mervis. Now, I don't know if Mervis will make the squad, but I imagine he will be there at spring training. He's a spring training champ, man. I watched him last year for the Marlins, so I think we'll see a little Matt Mervis. Spring training gets underway for a lot of MLB teams tomorrow, actually. The NBA is back in action tonight after the All-Star break, and you got a whole docket of games. Tonight, the national TV games are on Prime Video. You've got the Pistons and Knicks at 7:30. You've got the Celtics and the Warriors at 10 p.m. But again, big news today is that the U.S. women's hockey team won gold in the Olympics. Hopefully somebody says, hey, Hoch, watch the 60 Minutes episode on Claude. Pretty cool stuff. All right, I'll do that. It is fascinating, right? I mean, to have that conversation it's the first AI thing that I've ever used. Like my wife for work, she uses ChatGPT and Bard and a lot of other AI programs. Because really, from what she tells me, like I literally could just say to one of these AI bots or whatever, create my show sheet for the day. I could import a lot of the show sheets that I've done in the past, so it knows what I like to talk about on the radio show and what my preferences are, and then it could actually produce the show. I mean, you really want to take it a step further. AI at some point will be able to put on its own sports talk show. I mean, that's where instead of employing actual humans like us, Odyssey will employ an AI bot that most people will not be able to tell is AI, and it will talk about sports and current topics and however it's programmed to work. So it's scary. Like I'm not a huge fan of AI because it's scary, but people could rely on it more to do their everyday work. I'm just using it to find out what a Jamocha shake is, and it gave me a pretty good conversational answer. Java and mocha, coffee, chocolate coffee shake. I mean, now we know.
I don't like it because I watched Terminator as a kid, and I know what Skynet can do to us.
That's right.
I've said that 100 times because I don't like it. And also in our line of work, I don't think a computer can logically think the way we think, tell jokes. There's no jokes with computers. I've talked about this with Fred Taylor because he chat GPT's guest on our podcast. And he'll ask these questions. I'm like, Fred, you don't even know what that word means. I know you're reading that off ChatGPT. And he just said, it's part of the world now, Channing. And we go back and forth on it all the time.
Well, it is part of the world. I will say this because I think, it used to be when I was a kid and they would tell you, oh, you got to do your math by hand. Got to do your math by hand. Pretending that calculators didn't exist because you've got to do it by hand. And I know nowadays with, your iPhone, I mean, you literally will never have to do math again as long as you live. You just don't. Everything does it for you. So why do we pretend that you have to do it by hand? And in Fred's defense, it's like, this is part of the world. So you have to embrace it at some point. You don't have to allow it to take over your life like Skynet, hopefully. But you do have to embrace it at some point because you'll be behind the curve if you don't.
I'm smarter than a computer, Hawk.
Well, no, you didn't know what a Jamocha shake was, and Claude knew in 4 seconds, and he's never had one.
I have synapses.
You have synapses. You don't have. Claude's got synapses. You've got synapses. You got synapses, Jimmy? How many synapses do you have?
What's that?
Yeah.
Ask Claude.
I don't have Claude. I just have Siri.
Yeah. You guys are behind the 8 ball on that.
This
anyway,
Siri sending Hawk text messages. What?
That's what's going to happen. I mean, you can probably program like your AI stuff to just check on you via text or chat every now and then,
Hey Siri, when I call your name, say Channing, what's up from now on. They're texting Channing, what's up to my son.
Yeah, see, this Siri, I mean, you're holding on to the past. Listen to this.
Hey, Hoch, what's up?
Can you give a weather report for Miami for the next couple of days, please?
You're actually in the Miami area already, Hoch, so let me grab that forecast for you. Based on the search results, here's what Miami's looking like. Tomorrow, Friday, you'll see increasing clouds with periods of showers later in the day. Highs around 78 degrees, with east winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour, and about a 40% chance of rain. Saturday, you're looking at partly cloudy skies, with possible...
I mean, you're telling me that I couldn't use this to replace Solana on this show? The best weather report we've ever had.
Hear what he said. You're actually in Miami right now, Hawk. Yeah, he's tracking you.
Yeah, Claude, how the hell do you know where I am? Son of a gun. All right, let's take a break. Gino Torretta will join us next on Hochman, Crowder, and Solana.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
My ability didn't offset my arrest, huh?
WQAM.